Oh, hey. What's going on? Herrick in the chat writes the following. It's shameful as Leaf fans that Sid and Azzo are cheering for the Montreal Canadiens.
Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame. Sorry?
For the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. It is Tuesday, May the 26th. World Cup of Soccer begins in a little over 2 weeks, if you can believe that. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. To everyone listening via podcast form, we appreciate you joining us on this brilliant Tuesday afternoon in the Southern Ontario area. You deserve this if you are in and around Toronto. That winter was ass. And wherever you are today, going out for lunch, if you're listening to us live, appreciate you. Sit in the park. Go to your local hot dog vendor. Yes, we should do that after the show, actually.
Today, tomorrow?
Maybe today.
Oh, yeah.
Turn down the window, driving around. Do all those things. Crack open that rusty sunroof in the car if you have it. It hasn't been used in a dog's age. It's going to feel like 31 degrees in Toronto this afternoon. And it just feels like everyone's turning a corner here. World Cup around the corner. The weather's doing this. But yesterday was the biggest sign. And somebody online wanted us to talk about this for like 30 straight minutes. I could. But the greatest moment, or top 5 great moment in Toronto history annually, is this yesterday. Roof opening at Rogers Centre. What a scene. A, it still works. B, it's just, there's no ice. Do you remember when they couldn't open it because the ice was
would
falling
fall. That's what I'm talking
from
about.
the CN Tower?
The playoffs? Is that in the
It was
playoffs?
it was early in the year. It was when ice was still in the discussion. But people absolutely freaked out when the Blue Jays on their socials put out video. And I believe Kevin Gausman demanded this. On a night where he's not pitching, it's weird, but whatever. But the roof open at Rogers Centre, which means patio season in Toronto and Southern Ontario is on, baby. Woo! And the Jays carried that same energy onto the field. Not really. We'll get to the Jays a little later on.
Stat, according to our old buddy at Sportsnet, Steve Fellon. Latest date, the Rogers Centre roof first being open since 2017.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh? Like almost a decade.
And you know what changed this?
And that was May 28th that year it opened.
That super El Nino that's coming. That's what changed everything.
Super sum.
There's going to be an El Nino from the Pacific that's going to smack you in the face. And it all started yesterday. But what a moment. What a moment. If only the Jays offense could have such a glorious moment. Maybe one day this year. Maybe one day. We'll get to that a little later. If you follow Toronto sports enough, you have regrets. That goes without saying. Some people regret saying Mitch Marner should leave town. I still don't. You got to stick to your guns on something. Good for him. Could advance to a Stanley Cup final tonight, Mitch Marner. What a world we live in. The Knicks are in the NBA finals, and Marner could be on his way to a Stanley Cup final. But I still believe in this town, there are 2 moments that will live long in the memory. One is IKF at home plate. Game 7. It happened. It happened. And the other one to me is also Leafs up 3-1 on the Habs in 2021. Northern Division season, pandemic season, Leafs had them dead to rights. Dead to rights. And what happened? That Leaf Mitch Marner didn't look like Vegas Mitch Marner at all. Leafs blew it. And I think of all the Leaf losses, all of them, like the Bruins Game 7 losses don't add up like that. First, I believe for Leaf fans, 2021 is just a kick in the groin moment. It really is. It's a regret they will always have. Because I believe like Winnipeg would have been the next matchup. What was Winnipeg name? And you could have gone to a Stanley Cup final potentially. Potentially. Who knows? Strange times. But in sports, like never, if you can help it, have regrets that big. Never do it. Fast forward to this year. And the other storyline that Leaf fans are very familiar with is Frederik Andersen. Frederik Andersen was okay. He was okay. He was never great when you needed him to be. Like, he wasn't the sole reason you never won anything, but he sure as hell didn't help. And there is a well-earned reputation for goaltender Frederik Andersen, whether it was with the Leafs, not as much with the Ducks, but whether it was with the Leafs or now with Carolina, that you get to a certain point with Frederik Andersen and you'll beat him because he's just not about that life. Solid goalie, not championship level. So the Montreal Canadiens draw Frederik Andersen in this round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, Eastern Conference Final. And game one was weird because there was no defense being played by Carolina. So I don't know what you could have realistically drawn from that. But what has gone on the last two games is shocking. Like, it's shocking from Montreal's perspective. I understand Carolina are probably a bit more organized defensively than they used to be. I think we can all make that fair assessment. But the Habs had 12 shots on goal in game two. 12. Last night, they were a lot better, getting 13. 12 shots on goal for all of the game in game two, the whole game. 60 minutes. 12 shots on goal Saturday night. There was more hockey played last night, 13. The Habs got 13 shots. They had one shot in the third period. They had one shot in overtime, which was an improvement over the 0 shots the other night. Look. Carolina have some good players. Good players. The Montreal Canadiens cannot get bounced without making Frederik Andersen work. That is a non-starter in this discussion. If your season ends because you gave him a break, you talk about regret. That guy's going to get destroyed in the Stanley Cup final by Vegas. Guaranteed. You're not even making him work. That is unacceptable. Teams win and they lose at this time of year. Good teams are still alive. I understand that. I get that fully. Frederik Andersen is an average goaltender in this league and has been for a long time. Now, is he having a good postseason this year? Technically, obviously he is. Sens couldn't do anything. Flyers really couldn't do anything. First 2 rounds. I get it. But not like this, Montreal. Not like this. I've been in Montreal's corner the whole time. And a lot of people in this town don't like that. Sorry. I like some of their players. And I'm not ashamed to say it. But these are 2 freebies on Frederik Andersen here. Freebies. Unacceptable. And I don't like game 2, I wasn't too concerned. One of those nights. You were technically worse last night. I don't care what the scoreboard said. That was a joke. Now, I know Carolina's shot content is quantity over quality. We're all aware of the game that former sexiest man alive, Eric Tulsky, plays. I understand. But that was shocking from Montreal over 2 games plus. If you're going to lose, don't look like that. Do not let Frederik Andersen off the hook. You will regret it, man. You will think about this moment. When he's getting pulled in the Stanley Cup final, you will be thinking about this. Don't do it like this. Please. For your own benefit. That is crazy how poor they were in the offensive zone. Poor. Anyway, I wanted to get that Frederik Andersen thing off my chest because I think it's relevant, and they are giving him multiple days off now. Multiple. And it's inexcusable. And quite frankly, I was expecting a little bit more to Martin St. Louis in that postgame. I'll get to him in a second. The Habs didn't get beat last night. They were lost. Lost. Should have been 7-1. And I don't know where this goes here. Like, they're very much in it. So's Carolina. Kind of a big hockey game tomorrow night. Alarm bells need to be going off here in a serious way. Because that offensively was a joke, and they know it. Now, other end of the ice. The overtime was interesting. Mike Matheson did everything in his power to give the game away 10 minutes earlier. I like Mike Matheson offensively. I hate him in the defensive end. But this is the game you play with a guy that talented. It is what it is. Noah Dobson. Similar moments to me. Giveaways were only like 21-18 on the side of the Habs. The Habs had more than Carolina. It felt like it was 50-18. The Habs could not control that puck in their own end. That forecheck was in their mind the entire night. The entire night. That is the adjustment that Rod Brindamore was talking about after the first game. They're not giving them any oxygen to operate. Zero. Now, it's a high-stakes game. If you miss your check, your guy goes around you, then it turns into game one again. I understand that. But it seemed like the puck was bouncing all night on the Habs in their own zone. All night. And at the end of the hockey game, it's Lane Hudson. Now, I saw a lot of mistakes in the Habs end. A lot. But it's the Lane Hudson giveaway middle of the ice that everyone's kind of thinking about. Leads to the Svechnikov goal, 2-1 series lead Carolina. Is Lane Hudson hurt? Is he injured? I don't know. But after the game, listening to Lane Hudson, I don't know how you don't really, really like this kid. Not only did he speak to the media, could have ducked it. Tough moment for the kid, especially if he's a little hurt, right? That it's a green light for, I'm not speaking to the media. But he did. And multiple times, not just once, multiple times, Lane Hudson put the entire thing on his shoulders. This is how it sounded.
Guys, he battled so hard. Sucks that I just blew it for him, but it is what it is. I feel like we're pretty urgent anyways. It'd be nice to be up 2-1, but we're not because of me. So it's frustrating, but we just got to battle to the end. It just sucks because I'm trying to make a possession play. Saw Susie, and I didn't want to just pass it to a flat-footed Susie and them tip it in and just get a free breakout again. So I try to make a possession play, and it sucks because it ended up going in, but whatever.
I mean, put the whole thing on his shoulders. And Tony in the chat, Sid, are you wearing silk pajamas? That's just a lovely green shirt. It breathes well. It breathes well. Thank you for the compliment. But Lane Hudson is taking all the blame. Not a great moment at the end. None of us will argue with that. Do they need to clear out Aho in front of the net? Yes. Lots of things were going on that play. It's good if your goalie sees the puck. But Lane Hudson also led the Habs in block shots last night. 5. Because if you're just going to let Carolina constantly hammer shots on goal, which is what they do, occasionally, if you're going to combat that, you got to put some bodies in front of them. And Lane Hudson did. Breaking news, not the biggest guy on the ice, Lane Hudson. But he threw his body in front of a lot. So to just say, well, I cost us the game, I would like to fight that notion. Because the one person I would really like to spotlight today is Nick Suzuki. 1 shot on goal last night. 1. And with his team sitting on 12 shots while in overtime, this happened. For the listening audience, I'll describe it to you. The captain of this hockey team, with his team on 12 shots, 12. By my math, you need shots on goal. Has a clean look, clean on Frederik Andersen. Could not have been better. Lane Hudson, by the way, set it up. And he missed the net on a breakaway, having had 12 shots on the counter for his team. And we're going to sit there and just hear Lane Hudson take all the blame? Pathetic from Suzuki. That's pathetic. No one gets a shot on goal the whole night. You missed the net in this situation? Wake up. Pathetic. Man, that pissed me off. You don't get a shot the whole night and you missed the net on a breakaway? You good, bro? You all right? Some Hab fans should have been asking for refunds after that garbage. Garbage. Across the board. Carolina are going to get their ass kicked in that final if they get there. You had 12 shots on goal? And you missed the net on a breakaway? Are you okay? That's your captain, for God's sakes. Yeah, but Hudson cost them the game. Sure. Pathetic performance from the Montreal Canadiens last night. Pathetic. Saturday, I let go. That was outrageous. And whatever the hell is going on in that room at home, Claude Lemieux comes out with the torch. Like, just turn around and look somewhere else, man. Focus on whatever you need to focus on so you can actually get the puck into the zone and get some traffic in front of Frederik Andersen, who is average at best. And he's had 2 days off because of you. 2. He's already had enough time off this postseason. You gave him 2 more nights off. Trash. That was a trash performance from them last night. Worse than Saturday because you had your home crew with you. Pathetic. I couldn't believe it. Now, can they turn it around? Sure. Sure, they can turn it around. But Montreal, I'm telling you. I live in a city with a lot of Frederik Andersen regret. Do not go down this road. You will never shake it. You will never lose it. Let him beat you clean. Don't do it like this. You guys look like kids right now doing that. He will be one of the worst goaltenders to ever get to a Stanley Cup final. Don't give him nights off like that. That is sad. Can they regroup? Of course they can regroup. We still got a series here, I think. Maybe the Habs can really show it to him and get 20 shots the next game. Maybe. As you can tell, my patience level for that kind of stuff is very thin. If you're going to lose a hockey game, you lose a hockey game. It happens. You got to show up. That's 2 straight no-shows. You got to show up. You're looking a little leafish, Montreal. Little leafish.
Damn.
Yeah, I said it, Azo.
Damn.
Some of y'all weren't in this town for games 5 and 7 last year. I was. It was like that. Don't do that. At least you still have time to turn this around. I understand they're a young hockey team, but it's not like they haven't learned anything this postseason. Let's not always grab that crutch when it's convenient. There is a huge opportunity in front of them. Don't blow it like this. Let them beat you honestly. Don't give it to them. I live in a city where I've seen that a lot. I don't know if you can tell. I think they're going to play a lot better tomorrow. Because if it's another 60-minute race to 15 shots, oh, brother. The Nick Suzuki who begged Kent Hughes for multiple trade deadlines not to blow the team up, is not going to get his wish next time. Because this team does need a push. They generally get outshot. I think Kent Hughes might be getting a little tired of that. I think Jeff Gorton might be getting a little tired of that. They got a lot of amazing pieces. They lack some push sometimes. Can they find it? I don't know. I don't make it easy for Frederik Andersen, guys. Just don't. Just don't. Ever have a friend that you talk to and it's like, listen, don't do this, you will regret it. And they're like, yeah. That's what's going on right now. Toronto, I'm talking to you, Montreal, as a friend. You will regret this. Get 20 shots tomorrow night. Please. Get in there and hit someone. Tell Slavkovsky to use that frame. Somebody do something. It can't just be Josh Anderson trying to get into the zone all the time. Try and do something. I predict the Habs win tomorrow night. Feel good about their chances. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Yeah, wow. Sydney.
I didn't like that last night, brother.
I know.
I didn't like that last night.
Nobody
at all.
would.
That's crazy how
Part of
easy
me
they
says
made
you
it for
shouldn't
him.
be surprised, though. And first of all, we got to work on your storytelling skills, man. Not only do you start with, hey, remember the pandemic today? It's remember IKF? Like, dude, what are you doing?
So you just don't like my opening of the story?
The opening, man.
Okay, hold on a second.
Look, George in the chat. Sid, I was not ready for this show. The trauma is back.
I'm just, all I'm saying.
Sid, you're killing the good weather vibes. Like, people are, come on. You can't start stories with the most negative thing to happen in the last year or the last couple of years.
Look, all I'm saying is I felt like I was watching the Leafs last night in a postseason game that mattered. And I'm trying to, because the Habs and their fans have had a nice little run here.
No, they have.
I'm trying to tell them, don't do the thing that you will regret forever, because that was complacency last night.
The opportunity.
I thought I saw fatigue Saturday.
No.
It wasn't. They're starting to think this is easier than it is on a certain level.
But dude, do you know the first period of game one, they had 13 shots. Ever since then, in the next, if you count overtimes as periods, in the next 10 periods, the most shots they gotten is 7.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Why aren't they producing shots? I just don't get it.
Well, listen, man.
Chances.
All we know is Rod Brindamore, without telling us exactly, although I think we can figure it out watching them forecheck the defense. He said, we got to make a change after the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they win game 2. It's like, the change seemed to work.
Yeah.
Martin St. Louis, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. You got a lot of fans in the city of Montreal.
Oh, for sure. And you're right about it. I don't know if you want to play the clip before I say this, but can't just keep saying it's a learning thing, because now you're in the 3rd round. You should have learned these lessons already. Should have learned this lesson in game 7 against Tampa when you had 9 shots. You were lucky to win that one.
Tony in the chat. So Frederik Andersen wasn't the problem in Toronto?
He was facing 40-plus shots in Toronto.
We're not doing
right?
Yeah, it was like the anti-this.
It was what Stolars and Wall went through this year. When you're facing 35-plus shots a night, of course you're going to get scored on.
There's a lot of people saying I sound a little Leafy today.
Well, no, here's what I read. Ken Gray. Sid seems more passionate about the Habs than he does about the Leafs. It's because of the opportunity there for them, right? And they should be a fun team to watch.
A massive, massive opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's still there. That. This series is there for anyone who wants it.
Yeah, 0 shots in overtime and 2 in the last 37-43. 1 shot in the 3rd period. So 1 shot over those last 2 periods.
Well, they had the 1 shot in overtime last night.
I don't think it counted. Did it?
I thought there was 1 in overtime, 1 in the 3rd period last night. I could be wrong on that. The chat will correct us.
All right.
But
oh yeah, you're right. It does say 1 shot in overtime.
But it's just now, what's the adjustment on St. Louis?
But hold on. The other thing I wanted to bring up, because you talked about him specifically, Lane Hudson. Did you see the thing Sportsnet did? And it was Luke Gazdick specifically saw the elbow that Hudson took in the corner from, I believe it was William Carrier. He took a bad elbow to the head and he seemed stunned for a minute. And Luke kind of I love Luke too.
Oh, I saw that package from yeah.
And he didn't seem to recover from that. And if that has something to do with it, the refs have to start watching it. And Aho even being in the crease in front of Dobush. And Dobush wasn't the problem. Dobush was great yesterday.
He was. No, I wanted, this is a Dobush free criticism.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear about that. Clone in the chat writes, posts not counting is the dumbest thing in the NHL in terms of shots. I do think a post should count.
100% it should.
Is it not the net?
Yes.
Why is it not the net?
It's right on net.
It's
Yes.
idiotic.
That is true.
I completely agree with the chat.
But again, this is like 10 straight periods of them not getting more than 7 shots in a period, which seems weird.
Especially
for a young group.
I mean,
with so much talent.
Maybe I haven't given Carolina enough credit. I'm not there yet. Because the opposition was soft for 2 rounds. We all know it.
Philadelphia was getting like 30 shots on them.
It's not impossible to run around in the neutral zone and get some opportunities on Carolina.
Yeah.
We have seen it.
And again, with a team like Montreal's skill, you think they could.
I mean, that's my biggest issue with these last 2 nights. Because Matheson, breaking news, can skate.
Yeah.
Hudson, breaking news, can skate. Dobson can get out of his own zone. The Leafs would kill for one of those guys.
Yeah.
And nothing sustained in the offensive end. Absolutely nothing. And it's 2 no-show performances. And no one saw them coming like that.
So now I'm going to call out your man crush. Does Marty have to do something different? Marty
Damn
St.
right
Louis?
he has to do
yeah,
something
he has to make some kind of game plan.
Damn right.
Don't pull a Berube. Don't just lie on your morals and just say, no, we're sticking to it. Got to figure out how to do this.
And it's no longer like, oh, we'll throw Kapanen back in. No, it's time to challenge some of your guys here.
Yes.
I don't care how old they are.
I agree with you.
Slavkovsky, Caulfield. Like, Caulfield had a nice play on the goal. Don't get me wrong. But, like, there's nothing sustained in it. Nick Suzuki on a night where you can't get any shots with 1 shot on goal, not good enough, man. Not good enough.
And one other point I want to bring up, giving up the first goal in the game. It's all 3 straight games now. They've given up the first goal.
That's a problem.
To Carolina. And 5 out of 7 against Buffalo, they did the same thing. Can't always be playing from behind. And then not getting shots on net on top of it. Like, what are we doing here? Come on.
Joshua in the chat. I believe it ain't over yet. I'm not saying it's over. I believe too. Despite everything I've just said.
I can't think of it. Je
believe. Hey, listen. If they win tomorrow night, toujours fun.
Yeah?
It's toujours fun.
That's it. MPP was there chugging beers. Like, let's go.
Shout out to the Victoire.
Yeah. Celebrating.
There were winners in the building
last
night. That's
it. Show them how to do
there
it.
There were winners in the building last night.
Uh-huh.
Don't do this, though. This drives me, this passivity on a guy who will be like a footnote in NHL history. And he's standing back there getting bored. He's playing solitaire on his phone.
True.
Frederik Andersen's doing nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and like you said,
you're going to let him off the hook?
The more you pepper him with shots, more likely to go in. That's why you shoot the puck.
If that's how this plays out, that scares the hell out of me for Montreal.
Yeah.
It really, really does. So in terms of Martin St. Louis, after the game, again, very calm, unlike everything you just heard out of my mouth. Very calm, very measured, but like honest enough to say the thing out loud where we just got to connect with each other and start to do more things good at the same time. Go ahead, Azza.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to say there were a couple times on the bench where I was wondering if he was starting to start tapping the bench, and you could see little movements, but he's still just so calm. I kind of want to see him start yelling before it's too late.
You give him another 13 shots tomorrow night, you might see a different tone.
I need to see.
You might see a different tone.
As much as I love him, I need to see some from him.
Because clearly, whatever the message was after Saturday didn't get through
at all.
That's crazy.
Especially going home. Like, the energy should be there.
Well, that's a whole nother. They're not 2-5 at home. Yeah. That's sad. Martin St. Louis last night.
Everything working, against a team like that. I don't think you can just rely on the power play. Like you gotta defend when it's time to defend, which I don't think, especially in that first period, I don't think we did a great job defending. There's not one thing, but you have to put it all together. You're at this stage right now, you have to put it all together. Execution's part of that. Jam is part of that. There's not one thing. We just got to put it all together. I know we can. We didn't expect this to be, easy, and we're okay with that.
Do you think they can put it all together? I was not surprised by the message of Martin St. Louis last night.
Yeah, but this isn't the regular season no more, Marty. Like, we got to go. You got to figure this out. You're playing tougher teams. It's a different kind of game in the playoffs. I'm sure you can figure it out during the regular season. Your team hasn't proven they can do it in the playoffs. So it is a bit different. Like, and you have to somehow fire these guys up and get them going. It can't just always be a learning experience while you're letting this opportunity to go to the Stanley Cup Finals slip away.
You're right there.
You're right there.
That's where this is coming from for me.
You won
You're
game
right
one.
there. You have, like, K. Scott in the chat writes the following. Sid, could the Canes do anything for you to admit they're just a really good team? Or is it always just the other teams are crap? No, the other teams are crap or play like it.
Listen, Carolina has a very good system in place. Rod Brindamore, if there's anything he does, his system is good and his players buy in.
But historically in this league, his system has a limit.
Right, because then you face a really good team and they can blow you out.
100%.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I'm sorry. I'm not at the stage yet where I give the Canes respect for anything. Anything. They waxed 2 teams in the first 2 rounds who were lucky to be there.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Lucky to be there. How bad are the Pens, by the way? How bad were the Pittsburgh Penguins to lose to Philly and then that second round series happened? Anyway, I digress. You beat Tampa in a war where you got outshot 29-9 in Game 7, but you beat Tampa in a war. You beat Buffalo in a different kind of war, which was way more skill. And then you come across Frederik Andersen, whose actual history has the phrase not good enough in it. And you don't even make him work. You sent him to the concourse to get some popcorn. Take a break, Freddie. 12 shots in Game 2, 13 shots in Game 3. I understand there are people in Carolina who were like, we don't get no respect.
Yeah. The Rodney Dangerfield.
There's a reason. There's a reason. And maybe I'll give you that respect one day. Okay. Don't tell me you beat anyone the last 2 days. Montreal froze in violent ways. Borderline embarrassing. 12 shots, 13 shots. That's like...
But people don't remember teams that lose in the conference final. You remember teams that go to the Stanley Cup final, right? It's like, talk to me about Dallas the last 3 years. Nobody talks about them like that. I forgot they went to 3 conference finals. Like, it's insane.
Jordan in the chat. By the way, I know Montreal's young. So was Pittsburgh and Chicago when they won their first cups. Choking is choking. Yeah. I don't disagree with it. Because this is why I'm freaking out today. The Montreal Canadiens can win the Stanley Cup. Vegas are going to bounce Colorado, a far more dysfunctional team than we acknowledge most of the time. Mm-hmm. They got a superstar throwing people under buses. They got a coach throwing people under buses. They got a defenseman being shamed into playing with a separated shoulder. So they're out of the mix. I don't know what Vegas has left. Vegas are pretty tight. They're down 3-0. No problem. Vegas have championship vibes, the way they react to deficits. Definitely. But don't tell me they're not beatable.
No. I'll agree with Marty on this. They haven't put it all together yet, which is the crazy part. They've won 2 rounds. They're in the conference final. And how many games is it total now? 17 games, and they haven't put it all together yet. They haven't looked like the best version of themselves,
which we
keep waiting for.
Let me ask you something. Whose job is it to put it all together?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now is his time. Marty, you got to do something.
I have put the platitudes on a pedestal with Martin St. Louis, and I have professed my love to his face many times on air, like many other people. This is making the coaching staff look AHL level.
Yeah.
And you have a couple more days to figure this out, brother. Because if you go out with this type of whimper, whoa.
And what are the guarantees you get back there? Have we not learned that, especially with the Jays and stuff? Like, come on.
Boom. You're young. You're never promised a damn thing.
Yep.
You don't know when you're getting back here. You think the Panthers are going to be that bad next year?
Exactly.
You really think the Panthers are going to be that bad? The Leafs will be that bad next year. But do you think the Panthers will be bad next year?
Maybe, what's his
Probably
name?
not. It's there for them. It's there for them. The organization knows it. The fan base knows it. It's there for them. They are blowing this in a way that is inexcusable. You lose 4-3, 30 shots apiece overtime. We are having a completely different discussion today. You were scared. You were scared. They stood up to Tampa as best they could.
Yeah.
They weren't scared of anything.
Like, for all we're saying about Montreal, first time they've lost 2 games in a row, all playoffs, in 17 games.
Valid. Good point.
Right?
Very good point.
Like, they have had it, but they haven't put it all together, and we need to see that.
The kid in the chat. Habs suck. They're done. They're not done. Habs are not done.
But the playing at home thing, yeah, you got to figure out how to harness that.
Enough. Like I think everyone's been polite enough about this home form. I mean, Sabres had to deal with that garbage too. It's not like the Habs are the only team dealing with it. But this should be your ace in the hole. This is the card you pull out. Done. Game over. And now, everyone's going to be on pins and needles tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's a different kind of.
What the hell is that about?
I know.
If anyone on the team would like to take control, it can't always be Alex Newhook. Mm-hmm. If anyone on the team would like to take control, now's the time. Josh Anderson's trying. He's the only guy in the offensive zone trying. He chipped past the guy in overtime last night, I think it was, and tried to start a cycle. Tried.
And Marty, you've been there before. Come on.
The blow-bys in the corner for the Canadiens. It's the Leafs. It's the damn Leafs. I'm telling you. Don't do this, Montreal. Don't get comfortable. Don't believe the press clippings. You put that stuff in the garbage right now, and you find that desperation again because you've lost it. You have lost it for 2 games. Jesus. The Cup Finals right there. It's Frederick Anderson. Shoot the puck.
Oh, man.
Pen went right in the garbage. Did you see that? Right in the garbage.
You made a shot. That counts as a shot.
You
made a shot.
I had more shots than Nick Suzuki last.
Well, as much as they did in overtime. You're the same. Yeah, do we have a camera that faces that way?
No, wait, maybe the next studio one. Now I got to get my pen.
Oh, my God. You got to pick it up for the garbage. By the way, look, even Marner figured it out. You know how you don't get blanked in games 5 and 7? You don't play games 5 and 7. You sweep them.
Chess, not checkers.
Right?
It's chess, not checkers.
Or game 7s anyways, the first 2 rounds. Like I looked up, and in game 5 in the first round, he had 1 assist. Game 5 in the second round, he had nothing. So you know what? You know you get that. You know you eliminate that. You just don't play game 5 or game 7.
Sean in the Yukon. Swish.
Kobe.
Sorry, I saw a really good one here from Jordan. Jordan writes, I enjoy the World Series. Not sure what that has to do with this.
Because you might not get back.
And
then you gave up opportunities in game 6 and 7 at home. To clinch. Oh, man.
Anyway.
Why we get there? IKF.
I think the Habs are going to have. I'm going to be positive.
Okay.
Let's be positive.
More than 10 shots in a period next game?
The Montreal Canadiens, let's say, get 26 shots on goal tomorrow night, which, based on the last 2 nights, is a tidal wave of offense. I'm going to say 26 shots on goal. Dobich has to save them because that's kind of been the story.
But he has.
And he can, especially when he sees the puck. Let him see the puck, Montreal, and then he'll save it.
Yeah, and refs call it when the guys are in the crease.
Yes. Sean in the Yukon, let's try and be pofogative about this.
I remember that.
I remember pofogative. That's my version of positivity. It's like a mix of negative and positive. Anything else on the Habs?
No. What else can you say? Shoot more.
They're still in it.
That's it. Of course they are.
They're still in it.
They lost home ice again, but they're still in it.
Kind of a big hockey game tomorrow night. By the way, can I say 2 things? Okay. 2 things I want to get off my chest.
You're only going to say 2 things for the rest of the show.
I'm going to say, 40 more things.
Okay. That's more than.
Do you want to be specific about how many things I'm going to say? One, I really like Colby Armstrong.
Yes.
I think he does a really good job.
It's true.
I think he's funny.
You want him to carry the torch out? Is that where we're going?
I would love for him to carry the torch out tomorrow
Lemieux?
night.
A very good-looking man for an older gentleman.
Claude Lemieux's your type, eh?
Yeah, he's very good-looking for an older gentleman.
Yeah. Remember when he was breaking Chris Draper's draw?
Yeah, that's what I mean. For a guy who was so tough.
Center ice and
picture him like
brawl.
that. Yeah.
One of the cheapest hockey players I've ever seen in my life, but that's fine. Carry the torch, yeah, Claude Lemieux. I love how we forget the other stuff.
It's true.
Oh, he's wearing a Habs jersey. The best. Claude Lemieux.
Anyway, sorry, back to Colby.
One of the dirtiest hockey players of all time. I just want to say, I think Colby's great.
He's awesome.
He's really good. And can I can I ask a question and you can answer it or not answer it, and then I'll drop it?
You ask questions. You give your opinions. Come on.
No, but this one I genuinely don't understand. Why Why do hockey writers on Twitter, when the game ends in overtime, feel like I'm not watching the game and you have to tell me?
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
But it's for their followers who maybe aren't watching the game.
Okay. Okay. If I follow a bunch of Montreal Canadian writers,
Mm-hmm.
what are the odds I'm not watching overtime of game 3?
Maybe you have something to do.
No, hold on. This isn't 1985. We can get it on the phones. We can stream it on the computer. Wherever we're at, most of us, we can get the game.
If an emergency.
Do you feel you're breaking news to me by telling me that
And maybe you're trying
Svechnikov-
to avoid it. To your point, maybe you're trying to avoid it till you get home. Say an emergency comes out, you got to go deal with some. You're trying to avoid it till you get home. And then you can't go on your phone.
I
That's
think
what
it's
sucks.
the strangest thing on like the biggest sporting event of the night to have someone in my timeline go, Jays win. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching. Thanks. Like, I think that's so strange. Do you not find that strange?
Yeah.
Borderline dumb?
Yeah. What?
Like, I don't need, like you're
Like live tweeting the event, you mean? Or
yeah, that too.
or just saying it's over?
Live tweeting everything in a game
Yeah,
that
it's
you know
BS.
I'm watching
It's true.
is really strange to me.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm with
Like
you.
in the old days of like UFCs where not everyone was watching them, that was a different tale. But like, we're all watching the hockey game. Like, sorry, let me check the writer on Twitter to make sure Svechnikov actually scored. Yep, confirmed. I just think that's weird, man.
Yeah,
I think it's a
agree.
weird move. It's a really weird move.
I think they feel like they have to give the update, but yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, like
We have other apps for that. Like you have a sporting
But
app,
I know-
like the score, it tells
but
you.
I know this game just ended in overtime.
Yeah.
Like who are you breaking this news to? Like, what are you talking about? Everyone who follows you, guess what? Probably likes the Habs or likes the Leafs or likes the Jays. I've seen that for years. I never understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I never like thanks tips. Svechnikov just scored.
I'm gonna
Got
start
it.
tweeting out. Show's over now. every day when we go
Show's
off.
over.
2:00. Show's over now.
Show's over. Shotgun draw in the chat. Tweet. Sid is complaining about live tweeting. Pretty good. Okay. The Leafs head coaching search. We have a little something here. Frank Saravelli was on a show that Azzo knows a little bit, the Fan Morning Show.
Shout out Ben and Brent.
And shout out Ben and Brent. And he said that there is some growing intrigue surrounding David Carl and the Leafs from the University of Denver. Saravelli said, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said this: it's the Toronto Maple Leafs calling, and he is an incredibly smart, open-minded individual. Meeting likely to occur this week. Okay.
Woo. Yeah, I heard Freach had something similar in Vancouver, I believe, thinking about it. Said they're working through that, was the way he put it.
With David
Dave
Carl?
Carl, yeah. They're interested in
Really?
him, and they're trying to gauge what the possibility really is.
Well, because there would have to be a buyout, too, on that with the University of Denver, because he has signed, and from what I remember, signed to a pretty good deal by NCAA hockey standards.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Freach also said they're doing other interviews in the meantime, a lot of names you would expect.
For sure.
And one of them, though, isn't Bruce Cassidy. Still hasn't been asked for permission to speak to him.
I have a feeling Vegas have scared off a lot of teams from Bruce Cassidy.
Or they're going to just wait till they're done with the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know.
I think, no, it has to be. Because they told people they're not going to do it until the playoffs. They're not addressing
But
it
I
till
haven't
the
heard
playoffs.
that anyone outside of their own division made
That's true.
made an attempt.
Dude, King's talking to Peter Laviolette, apparently.
I hope. My God. How Ken Holland would it be to bring in Peter Laviolette to the
Seriously,
Kings?
I know.
Just a bad
It did
hockey
make me
team
laugh.
with no structure, and Laviolette like freaks out after 8 months and hits someone in the head with a steel chair.
Wait till they get Austin, buddy.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's not an impossibility. It's not an impossibility at all. Chimichanga live tweet. It's sunny outside.
There you go.
Thank you for the update, guys.
Well, actually, that we can
Appreciate
use
it.
because we don't have windows in here.
It's true.
Kind of makes sense.
But you and I did walk in, and that is
Beautiful.
a continuation of that report. All right, so the Leafs kind of looking at David Carl, the 36-year-old head coach from the University of Denver. For those who have forgotten or don't know, the resume is pretty good. 3 NCAA titles at the University of Denver, back-to-back World Junior Hockey Championship gold medals with the United States program. Canada certainly remembers those, although Canada wasn't even in the gold medal game, so whatever.
Question: do you think Bednar is on any sort of hot seat if they get swept tonight?
Jared Bednar from the Colorado Avalanche? Yes. Yes. I do not like how he's talked about Cale Makar publicly.
Yeah.
And also, I do not like how he can't hold 3-0 leads. I don't like it.
That is bad in the playoffs. In the playoffs, that's not good.
I got to tell you, I keep hearing about the Central Division. Doesn't look that tough to me.
Yeah.
Is it that tough? Really? I don't know. Seems like a bit of a cakewalk. Oh, Central Division. Okay. All right.
Man, second longest tenured coach in the NHL right now, behind John Cooper.
But how many years?
He's been there since 2016, August 25th, 2016.
That in NHL years,
10 years.
That's 30 years in NHL years.
It's a decade.
That's crazy how long Jared Bednar. When Jared Bednar started that job, his hair was short.
No kidding.
His hair was short, and now it's very different.
Cooper's been in Tampa since 2013. Man, and then after that's Brindamore, 2018. And after that, Utah's coach at number 4, which is insane.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to need a change if you're not getting over it. And does it come down to what McKinnon says? Because he's been he's out to get everybody right now.
McKinnon. It can't be all gas, no brakes, all the time. You don't think Sidney Crosby's gotten mad at a teammate before?
100%. But
you don't think Victor Hedman's gotten mad? You don't think Matthew Tkachuk's gotten mad? You know what I mean? I think letting us see it all the time. And listen, in my life, sometimes I haven't been good at this either. But holding on to it and dealing with it later is a skill. It's difficult to do. I've struggled. I've done it sometimes. I've done both. But it can't always be God. I hate Netchess.
Yeah.
It can't be what is Wedgwood doing right now? It can't. It can't. It can't be that way.
Do we know? Are they making goalie change today? You expect it?
It doesn't matter what the goalie is. They're both named Wood.
Right. That's right.
Who cares? It's Wedgwood. It's Scott Norwood. I don't care who it is. Blackwood.
Yeah.
I don't. Just go in the woods. Yeah. Figure it out. Who cares?
Put a tree in it.
They're going to get swept. Let's grab another goalie with last name Wood and see if that helps. Let's get 3. Ridiculous. So the Leafs are looking at David Carl. I think they should be.
Yeah.
And if John Chayka does that, that would certainly be a message to the entire market as to kind of what they're thinking. They do want to be good next year, but they're looking well past Matthews' free agency. They're looking well past a lot of things.
But how much is Carl looking at this lineup thinking, what the hell can I do with it?
Well, I mean, who's to say this is the lineup?
Right. But
who's to say?
We've gone over this, though. There's only so much you can do.
Listen, at the end of the day with the Leafs, for all you and I know, everyone waves their no movements and everyone wants to get the hell out of here. I have no idea. I hope. And I know there are Leaf fans kind of scared at the Marner thing. It's guys, Mitch Marner had to leave the market. That's what people need to kind of remember 13 months ago.
Yeah.
It was a different vibe.
Totally. No, you're right.
It was not sustainable.
That's what I was saying.
It was not sustainable. I have no regrets on that actually happening, regardless of how it happened. Because imagine if the Leafs gave him an 8-year extension in the middle of that season. This would be it would be a nightmare.
I don't think he wanted that.
No, well, he clearly didn't.
Yeah.
Someone in MLSC was thinking about it.
He did the same thing Matthews is doing, just not as public.
So Chayka's looking at a younger coach, it seems like. That's good.
That's good news.
And some people were really scared about John Chayka. And listen, it's early days. It feels like, and I'm not bringing up the first overall pick because that's a complete fluke and he had nothing to do with it. But
it's a win, though.
So far, so good because Berube had to go.
Yes.
And if they're looking at a younger coach, I think that's a prudent move. So some people thought, wow, this is going to be a problem with Chayka. I don't know. You might have dodged a bullet. I don't know. I can guarantee you dodged a bullet with Mike Gillis. Now, if you'll remember, one of the early names after Brad Treliving was let go was Mike Gillis, and Mike Gillis was everywhere.
It was in
print. It was on podcasts. Mike Gillis was the first one to tell you that Mike Gillis was a candidate to be GM and president of the Toronto Maple Leafs
for weeks.
Felt like a month.
Yeah, just consistently.
Felt like a month. Mike Gillis has not worked in the NHL since 2014. Ran Vancouver, and then just surprisingly, no jobs. Well, he made an appearance on a podcast this week, and he reminded you why maybe he hasn't had a job. It's a good podcast. Matt Sakaris and Blake Price. They do a good job. They do a really good job.
Really?
And they had Mike Gillis on. And Mike Gillis, the worst thing Gillis could have done is to remind people like how he talks. And if you're a Leaf fan and you're listening to this, just thank your lucky stars. Because Keith Pelly can be talking to a lot of stuff. Be thankful no one in MLSE was talked into Mike Gillis eventually. So Mike Gillis goes into this soliloquy, and I'm going to run the whole thing for you, of one of the grandiose ideas that he has should he take over another National Hockey League team, never. And he wants to bring in a complete unknown in the world of hockey who does research on other teams. This is one of the weirder clips I've heard in a long time.
So weird.
So we're not going to stop it, Azzo. Just play it out.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is the guy who was politicking ferociously to run the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leaf fans, I don't care what happens over the next 5-6 years. Thank your lucky stars this didn't happen. Again, this is Mike Gillis this week or recently. Was it last week?
Might have been the end of last
week. Forgive me.
We're only on Tuesday. Right?
Apologies to Matt and Blake.
Come on, get your days right.
On with Matt Sakaris and Blake Price. This is Mike Gillis talking about how he would fix hockey.
Positions that I wanted to create was a really high-level strategy and opportunity role for somebody outside the game, not currently in it, that I've identified, where they would just look at the other 31 teams and constantly evaluate their vulnerabilities and where there's an opportunity and unique opportunities. And that would be their job, is to, when you have a meeting, they walk in and they go through every one of the opposition, of every team in the league, and say, okay, here's their weakness. This is what they're going to be looking for. Here's how we might be able to manage this. Do we have the pieces necessary? How do we go and get a piece necessary to get the one they might give up? How do we design our summer signings to reflect in a rebuilding situation like the Canucks, how we're going to trade players at the trade deadline for more draft capital, how we're going to get that young group of 21 to 24-year-old players that become your core players at 25 to 29 that give you a chance to be in that 5-year window for a championship. To me, that role, I don't see it anywhere. And that's a role that I think would be really fun, number one, to listen to that person tell you, here's where the opportunities lie in this. Here's how we go about trying to make it happen. And then you decide on whether that's an agreeable strategy or it's too far or not. And I don't know. Stuff like that really intrigues me because I don't think it's being done necessarily like that. And I do think that there are outside people that might not be mired in the pure hockey world that could bring perspective to that. That would be super cool and be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Okay.
So just so I'm clear.
Hold on. A lot of comments in the chat about the picture you chose. Was that from the last time you worked in the league?
I think it was Hockey DB.
Oh, okay.
I'm being honest.
Okay. A lot of people wondering why I picked that.
What, I was supposed to pick an old picture of Mike Gillis?
I don't know. I'm just saying there was a lot.
Looks like he has a full lock of hair.
My first thought was that's when he worked in the league the last time. I don't know.
So his grandiose idea, just so we're clear, Mike Gillis, who wanted the Leafs job badly, was to bring in someone who kind of looked at the other 31 teams, tried to find weaknesses on those teams, and isolate those weaknesses and then exploit them for the betterment of your own team in order to get a core of 25 to 24-year-old players for the future. Okay. So a GM.
Easy.
He wants a GM. That's a GM's job, is it not?
Yeah. Well,
a GM.
You're going game by game instead of just putting
I got a great
idea.
Even from outside the organization. How about someone else who's not in the world of hockey? Look at the other teams. How can we take their good players? That's it. What a novel concept.
Find the best value? And get them in?
Do deep due diligence. Dude, when Keith Pelly looks at you and says, I'm not touching you with a 10-foot pole, you know you got a problem. You know you got a problem.
There was another clip in that interview where he was saying like he didn't, even if he got the job, he felt like he shouldn't be the face of the franchise or something. Like he shouldn't be the guy on the front line answering questions. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Paul in the chat, he wants the Southampton guy with the camera.
That's how they would get their intel. I love it.
Very good.
Oh man,
very good. I want a guy. Guys, great idea. I want outside the box idea. Can we find someone who knows all the other teams and ways we can exploit them? Yeah, because that position's never existed in the world of hockey.
Like, dude, he must have been the only one putting his own name out there.
GM.
Yeah,
that's
the GM. But he didn't want to be GM. He wanted to be president.
Yeah, he wanted to sit back in a room filled with rich mahogany and smoking a cigar. But
basically, he's like,
making all the decisions.
That was a long way of saying, make me president and I'll find you a GM.
Give me a man. Leaf fans, I hope you felt good hearing that because you nearly got it. If that PR campaign would have worked, and it wasn't a very intelligent one, if that PR campaign would have worked, you would have had deep, deep issues. Deep.
But why are you worrying about the other 30? Like, so weird.
But you have, that's called a GM.
Yeah, no, I know.
You have to know the other teams. That's not analytics. That's your job.
Yeah, but if your team's good, it doesn't matter who you're playing.
That's your job. I got an idea. Can we find someone to focus on the other teams and learn how to get advantages? Yes, it's called a GM. Oh my God. How has this guy not worked in the league since 2014?
Yeah, wow, I think you know.
I'm shocked.
The guy who hasn't been in the league, who hasn't been in the room for the last decade, wants you to know he's the smartest guy in the room, even though he hasn't been in it.
Chris LaRose in the chat. Mike Gillis. I love Lamp. I love Lamp.
Oh,
Moose. It's literally the job. Now, I know what he was saying, like someone not in the world of hockey putting fresh eyes on it, but that's also super dumb.
A lot of people saying he wanted Hamza Tarani. He was just second up there.
Yeah, by the way, the Leafs have that guy.
Yeah, they have him.
Hamza Tarani.
Yeah. So if Humza was running the interviews, he's like, yeah, no, we got him. That's me. Sorry, get out.
This year for Halloween, I'm going to be Mike Gillis. I'm going to walk around and ask people, could you do research on 31 other teams? You're hired.
Wait till I spin off. I'm talking to other people going, you know what we should do? Start a show where we talk about daily sports stuff and have some fun with it.
Unbelievable. What a bunch of malarkey. Anyway, Leaf fans, there's something to smile about. You've gone from maybe hiring that guy to they're talking to David Carl from the University of Denver. I like that transition.
Yeah.
And listen, do I think David Carl's going to be Leaf head coach? There's a lot of hurdles that have to be jumped over here. It's worth the conversation.
But that's my only thing. If it's not him, who then is it? If you want,
I think you can. There's candidates out there.
Yeah.
I'm like of all the things with the Leafs, finding a data-driven, aligned young head coach for the front office is not a deep worry of mine.
But I don't mind this either because it's at least starting the conversation. Even if he's not hired in this cycle,
can I be honest?
He could be hired in the next cycle in 2 years.
If David Carl doesn't take that call from Chayka, he's an idiot.
Yeah, of course.
First-rate 1,000% idiot if he doesn't take that call. You have no ambition. I want nothing to do with you. Stay in your little world. Done. He better pick up that phone. He better take that Zoom call. He better get on a private jet and come to Toronto. If he has any sense. Any sense. Listen, you're the college level. You're a competitive person. People don't coach at the World Juniors because they just kind of, they like a nice, comfortable lifestyle. They're ambitious people, man.
Of course.
Don't give me that. They're ambitious folks. It's a stepping stone to a hell of an opportunity, potentially. You better pick up the phone.
Oh, but I'm saying you could even readdress it in 2 years when Austin's gone. You got a younger team, get out of some of these contracts. Like you can always go back to them.
I think there's a lot of positives for that kind of hire.
Yeah,
I really
starts a conversation.
100%.
Got to start somewhere.
But I'm not. But like, you need a dance partner here. I'm not putting all the heat on Shake and Sunny to close this deal.
They're doing their due diligence.
If he's not 100% committed, and you do your deep due diligence, like you say, like that's all I'm asking for from Chayka and Sundin on that. They made the call. All right. Whatever happens, happens. Negocios and negocios. Business is business.
No. Even the fact they're the Maple Leafs, like, just kind of crazy to me. We're doing all this selling about the Maple Leafs and where they're at to their captain, to a new coach. I don't think it was ever like this before.
No. All right. So before we move on from the Leafs, I got a tweet last night from a guy named Kevin Porter. And
did he have an idea to look at another 30 teams? And
he had an idea where he wanted to create a position where on the hockey team there was someone in a suit behind the players telling them when to go out on the ice.
Run a system?
To run a system.
That exploited the other teams.
He called it was a Belgian term. I hate the coach. Something like that. Brand new system. New idea.
Oh, Mike Gillis. Thank you.
Mike Gillis is the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, man.
You know what Netflix needs? A Mike Gillis roast. Do that.
I think they did multiple interviews with him because they needed him to explain it more every time.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about? So our job.
Kevin Porter tweeted into the show the following. Sid, I love your fire and passion. Compliments will get you everywhere.
I know.
But I have an idea. The Marlies are crushing it and are into the Eastern Conference Final. Let's cheer and highlight these guys because they are an excellent bunch, have fantastic leadership and staff top to bottom. To the Marlies?
Yes.
Nice
Congrats.
job, Marlies. Nice job. Nice job. Marlies start the Eastern Conference Final, as Kevin alluded to. Tomorrow night, they're in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. This is the Dubas Bowl.
Scranton-Wilkes-Barre always makes me laugh.
Because Michael Scott had tickets. He always had tickets to Scranton-Wilkes-Barre hockey games.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear it, I laugh.
Yep.
I giggle.
He had box seats.
Yeah.
Box seats to Scranton-Wilkes-Barre hockey games. I think Pam's first date with Roy was at a Scranton-Wilkes-Barre hockey game.
Yeah.
And he left her there with his brother.
Right.
He left her behind.
Right.
That was an early episode of The Office. And then
good recall.
And then Jim remembered the story and threw it back in her face. She did not like it.
Yeah, don't do that with women, by the way.
I always thought Jim should have walked away from Pam a long time ago.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
What? Come on. Well, he tried to.
He put himself out there with Pam not once, but
Multiple
twice
times.
on casino night.
And she's in a bad
Twice on casino night. Said, I love you in the parking lot while Jan was inside playing craps with Michael. Said, I love you in the parking lot after Roy left. She goes, I can't. And he goes, I don't want to be friends. I want more than that. Follows her upstairs, kisses her in an empty office where the lighting is beautiful. And she still turned him down the second time.
No, but Faith brought them back together because he did run away. He left her to go to, what was it, where he met Karen? What office was that? I can't remember what city that was in. And then they closed that office and he had to come back. Faith brought them together. Settle down.
Where was the office? It was
I got to look this up. Where he met Karen, right?
It was Connecticut. No, it was Connecticut.
Dude, the merging of the offices.
The merging of the offices
was one of the best episodes.
I forget what the branch was he went to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to blank.
And they went back there to steal. What did they go back to steal when they dressed as the
By the way,
the maintenance guys?
Karen was a way better girlfriend than Pam.
Yeah.
Karen was
you're right.
Funny, and they got and Karen would have had his back, and Pam didn't always have his back. Mm-hmm. Shout out Karen.
Connecticut. Somebody's saying Connecticut. Was it Connecticut?
Something. There was a word before then. Where did Jim go after leaving Scranton? Where was it? Not Austin. Austin, Texas was the finale. Stamford, Connecticut. It was Stamford. It was Stamford, Connecticut.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you in the chat as well. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everybody. Nashua? No, not Nashua. There were some great branch names.
There really was.
Do you remember when the Buffalo branch found out they were being shut down at the picnic?
Oh, yeah.
Because Holly and Mike
because Holly and Mike did their little play talking about it. That.
Oh.
Or when Jim left and they went to the conference. Where was the conference at? That was a good episode.
There was some.
And Michael has the party in his room with the strobe light. Nobody.
Oh, that's when he just left to Stanford.
Yeah.
And he was trying to prove that he could live without Jim as a friend. All right, I think we went down a road there. How did we get there?
Marlies,
Wilkes-Barre.
Marlies.
Yeah, it's Marlies. Like I said, the Marlies are preparing for the Eastern Conference Final. Game 1 tomorrow night in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And Kevin, I agree. We should give the Marlies a lot more love. And we brought up the one and only Todd Crocker yesterday, who calls Marlies games and has been doing it for years. And his call Sunday of Easton Cowan's winner in Cleveland in Game 5 was outstanding. So we pulled it, and we want to give Todd some love here. This is the game-winning goal. Easton Cowan with seconds to go. Todd Crocker on the call.
Get that puck and hang on to it. Center out front. Lettieri. Cowan scores! 11.3 seconds left to go. Punctuation. Easton Cowan puts the Marlies up 3-2 with 11.3 seconds left to go.
Great call from Todd Crocker.
Let's go.
Nice
Cowboy.
job, Todd.
Yeah, great job.
Shout out Todd Crocker. That's a big commitment call in minor league sports, man.
It is.
Big commitment. And it's
those are the guys who shine the most when they go on runs like this.
Todd's great at what he does, and that call was everywhere Sunday. That went viral. So good stuff, Todd. Outstanding.
When did they come back here? Want to go to a game? Let's go to a game.
I'll go to a game. I got the schedule in front of me. Hold on. They're back Monday at Coca-Cola Coliseum in Toronto, and then next Wednesday at Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's hilarious. Their Eastern Conference final goes 2-3-2.
Yeah.
It's like an NBA final, but different. Although the NBA final isn't like that anymore.
To take on Jason Spezza's team? Let's go.
Maybe we talk about the Wednesday game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Right.
We'll see which game you're willing to pay for. Maybe the Wednesday game feels...
Boy, Brad have tickets to that?
You might be there.
Probably.
You might be there.
Anyway.
Okay. Hey, Azzo.
Yes, sir.
Great time of year.
Tell me why. I say because the weather's nice.
Not just because of the weather. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. You know who didn't play responsibly last night? Yohendrick Pinyango in left field.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, my God.
Stop it.
Look.
He's their hottest hitter. Cut him some slack.
The highlight of the Jays' day was when the Dome opened yesterday. Because the second the Dome opened, Dylan Cease, injured list. It was announced Vladdy might be available to play yesterday. He did not.
It looked like they were going to put him in at one point.
It did. It looked like they were going to put him in 100%. Yohendrick Pinyango, in really the first moment we've seen where he's been a defensive disaster in left field, hours after Davis Schneider got sent down. Davis Schneider should have been sent down. What was he hitting? 127?
Yeah.
He was hitting 127. So there was a lot. Like, Savage was fine. By the way, no errors on Pinyango last night.
I know. The MLB is getting pretty lenient in that. There were a couple, even Clement on some of his recent doubles.
That's a Toronto person making those decisions,
Yeah.
man. Like, come on. Really? You're going to hang all those runs on Trey Savage? Really? Really?
Yeah, that's BS.
5 earned runs on Savage last night because of that tool in left field, and you're no errors on Pinyango? Really? Sure.
Yeah, that is weird.
Sure.
I agree with you.
There goes his AL Rookie of the Year top 2 in the vote. Actually, the Jays probably appreciate it. His numbers went through the roof. Yeah, sure. No errors on Pinyango last night. Whatever.
Tough plays. And blame your dome for being open.
The second
The
second one when he's a statue is not a tough play. He was a statue on Pinyango. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The dome being open, the wind came in. It's weird, First time playing there with the dome open. Come on.
Don't be fair.
Their hottest player. I'm sorry, their hottest hitters. Him and Sanchez don't look great in the outfield, but they're their hottest hitters. What are you going to do?
But Pinyango's never looked like that.
Okay, let me tell you this.
That's a new
Is anybody going at them for this? The Jays are tied for 4th worst in terms of errors in the majors this year.
Say that again.
They're tied for 4th worst in errors this year with the San Francisco Giants. They have 32 errors on the year. 4th worst.
They should be way higher.
And they would have been.
Because I think the home score at Rogers Center is being very generous about their defense.
Well, that would have brought them to
very
34,
generous.
and
it's pathetic.
They still wouldn't pass the Rays are underneath them,
that.
surprisingly. And the Marlins.
Hanging a bunch of earned runs on Savage because this idiot in left field can't make a play.
Don't call him an idiot. Stop it.
Sorry, let's check that. Hanging a bunch of earned runs on Savage because that tool in left field can't make a play. Give me a break.
Somebody's asking me in the chat, who's first? So listen, the Jays have, where is it? Shoot, I just lost it. The Jays have 32 errors on this season. First place, the Nationals with 50.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Well, the Marlins have 37. Like, the Marlins are going to make mistakes if you put on them. Like, I'm sorry this team can only have one.
The Marlins are not. That was a bad pitcher they were playing last night.
I know.
No,
and they got junked.
Alcantara is going tonight, and he's not the pitcher he used to be. Like, and they're going to tie themselves into a pretzel trying to take him on. It's not old school Sandy Alcantara. This is a different pitcher.
1 for 9 with runners in scoring position again last night. That's it. All you hope for this team is that they have 1 for 9.
Woo.
All they hope for is that they have one good inning. Friday night, they had one good inning where they scored 3 runs, the 6th inning. Friday, they had 2 good innings, the 3rd and the 8th. Third and the eighth, both where they scored 3 runs. They need that one good inning and they win games. They don't have it. Saturday or Sunday, they didn't have it. Yesterday, they didn't have it. If they don't have that inning where they capitalize, they're done. The hitting needs to get going. Hey, positive. Lenyn Sosa, first walk of the season.
I don't care. I don't care about Lenyn Sosa's first
walk of the season. Playing first base. Come on.
Because when Barger comes back, he's probably going down too.
Shout out Clement, who's hitting well. Another home run.
Clement and Lucas was good last night.
This is his second. Yeah, 4
Welcome
hits.
back, Nathan Lucas.
4 times, except that one to the head was kind of scary. 4 times on base, I believe, last night, Lucas.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But this team, especially with Springer went 0 for 5. He's a catalyst. We saw it on Saturday. He leads off the game with a home run. They win against Paul Skeens.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. What do you expect out of George Springer right now?
Just to be a leader. I don't know. Run into one
He's
once in a while.
He's an old guy.
I know. And when he swings, sometimes it looks like he has no chance. His swings are just so aggressive. I don't know.
So a couple things. I do find it ironic that it was Pinango last night in left field with the lip tattoo on his neck because Savage kissed his ERA goodbye after both those plays. That's the first thing.
Not that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Secondly, did you hear Blair Barker after the game?
Yeah, I think I did.
And we listen. Kevin Barker. I know Kevin Barker. Kevin Barker. He was in the majors a little bit. Also a minor league pro. So he's rode buses. He's lived that life.
I love this.
To hear Kevin Barker talk about Tanner Andrews getting a shot.
Give him the player of the game.
He gave him the player of the game on Jay's talk last night.
And so Siddle. He pointed out Siddle raved about him too.
Oh, so I missed the Siddle stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess they're live during the game. It's true.
Just like Tanner Andrews got the call up yesterday. You can hear it in Barker's. Blair and Barker were really good last night, but you could really hear it in Kev's voice when guys like Tanner Andrews get a shot in the big leagues.
Get their moment.
Yes. And also, wasn't there a guy for Houston in his first major league appearance last night who was part of a combined no-hitter?
Yeah.
A combined no-hitter in your first ever major league game.
It's crazy. That's pressure.
But just Barker, go back and listen to it.
It's awesome.
He is gushing over
the top of the show.
This guy's opportunity.
Because they give him player of the game, which rightfully so.
How old is? Oh, he's 30 years old. Yeah,
dude, he's had he's been at every level for multiple seasons. It's
that's
crazy.
Great. It's actually that was the highlight of the night.
Yeah,
there's no question about it.
I still say it's Sosa's walk.
By the way, one of the callers said something interesting, and I know it's May 26th. Somebody said, yeah, the division's gone, but you know what? They'll be in the wild card. I believe the quote was, I'm very comfortable in saying I think they'll be in the wild card. Azzo, let me ask you this. And let me ask the chat this question. Do you feel comfortable the Toronto Blue Jays are going to be a wild card team? Right now they're a game out. There's a lot of baseball to play. They're very much that's the world they're going to live in for the next 4 months.
For sure. And the American League's just a
disaster. But do you feel comfortable saying they'll be a wild card team? Where are you at?
I told you, I thought they had to get to 500 by the end of this month, and they were doing a good job. They're chipping away at it. But man, that schedule in June scares me.
Walk me through the June schedule a little bit.
Okay, let me pull it.
I don't think we've done this yet on air.
I thought we did. No.
And if we did, I just didn't listen.
That never happens.
Sorry. Name on the show gives me some rights. I do. As you bring that up, let me read some of the comments here about, are you comfortable the Jays are going to be a wild card team this year? Isaac Curry, between a 1 and a 10, I'm a 4. Tiff Bannon, not a chance. Wally in the chat, yes, they haven't been at full strength all year. Chris in the chat, heck no. Paz, I'm 75% sure. Thank you for the number on that, Paz. Appreciate it. You need to be specific.
Why not?
The Funky Fro, I'm not comfortable that we'll be in the wild card. # panic button. And Railside writes, they will be in the wild card 100%. Totally comfy. A comfy opinion. Not just comfortable, but a very comfy opinion.
Are they getting Cease back? How's Barger coming? Because apparently Barger's elbow is still messed up. Scares the hell out of me.
It's still messed up, eh?
Yeah. They're saying he should return soon, but will he be throwing at full force? It's messed up. Anyways, their schedule goes, they start with the Braves, only the best team in baseball. Divisional games against the Orioles. Phillies, one of the hottest teams since they got a new manager. The Yankees. Divisional games again against the Red Sox. The Cubs, who are having a pretty good year. And then it kind of falls off right at the end for the last couple series of the month, where it's Houston, Texas, and then the Mets.
The Cubs have kind of been all over the place, though.
Yeah.
Like they just went on a stretch where they were also terrible.
But overall, they play pretty good baseball. So 3-6.
Quick baseball note, Azo, in the Jays division. When I think of the Tampa Bay Rays right now, I think, they need to get better as the first place team in the American League. The Rays, according to Ken Rosenthal, have agreed to a major league deal with Craig Kimbrell.
Oh, wow.
According to sources. Kimbrell,
he's been out for a minute.
His velocity's still decent. The walks are a problem. And his home run numbers per 9 are very much going up. So this is not the Craig Kimbrell we've known down through the years. But see, I look at that. This is why I bring it up. Here you have a Blue Jays team that cannot hit. They're already on one bullpen day because Scherzer's out. They're now on another bullpen day, potentially this Friday.
Oh, Schneider said again, they're bringing someone in.
When?
Yeah.
Hey, Ross.
Someone from Buffalo.
Hey, Ross. No, I'm not talking Buffalo.
No, I know. They
hey,
need
Ross.
some more.
Hey, Ross. Hello, Ross. This is the moment where you really can see if the Jays internally believe in the team or they think last year was kind of a fluke.
Agree.
If you believe in the team in the next 2 weeks, something has to happen here from an external source. For Ross Atkins to continuously be sitting on his hands while this gets weirder is not acceptable, but it gives you some insight into how they look at the group.
Yeah.
And I think how they look at the group is far more realistic than how a lot of the fan base are looking at the group. I think there are people in that Jays organization, the fact that no deal has happened yet, none. Patrick Corbin doesn't count. I'm talking about a deal.
Sosa, Sanchez.
No, I know. You know what I'm talking about.
But they're trying, but that's what they do.
Sanchez didn't count because they had to do something after Santander. I'm talking about
that's still a deal to replace
But I'm talking about in season, when you're in the middle of this thing. I don't know if they believe in the team the way some of the fans believe in the team. Because I'm stunned. I'm stunned Ross hasn't done something on either front.
So wouldn't that mean he believes in it more if he hasn't done anything? Because they didn't do much in the offseason. I mean, they brought in Okamoto, they brought in Cease, but besides that, they didn't solidify the top of the order.
I'm looking at it the other way. If you think this is salvageable, make the moves.
But here's the other problem. Everybody, these fans are confident the Jays are going to be in the wild card. So does almost everybody in the American League.
That's the problem.
So who's making a deal with you?
Look, it's early. Deals happen. I mean, the Guardians brought in one of the best defensive catchers in the game a couple of weeks ago from San Francisco. Don't tell me you can't make a deal.
San Fran, Houston seems out of it. The Mets, if you want to take on some of that money. Dude, Detroit might not trade Skubal because they think they're still in it when Skubal gets back.
But they're an idiotic franchise, and we all know it.
Remember where we were before last year with this team?
Oh, yes. But what I'm saying is good vibes. Feeling the vibes.
What do you keep hearing? Oh, when Kirk comes back, when Barger comes back. Lucas was a good step yesterday.
But are you really going to sit on your hands and watch this go down the drain? Now, maybe they're thinking we're not winning the division anyway. So let's see how this goes.
It's built for the playoffs, dude. With the 3 starters you have at the top.
It's not built for you're not going to get to the playoffs if you have 2 bullpen days in your rotation.
No, agreed.
You're nuts.
But I'm saying with 3 solid starters in Gausman, Cease, and Savage, plus you seem to have solidified the back end of the bullpen if you're not overusing the bullpen. I got to make that straight. If you're using all these guys properly, and to your point, you can get through the regular season without burning arms like crazy, then I think they're built for the playoffs. But again,
all I know right now, if I told you in the spring your rotation is Savage, Gausman, Patrick Corbin, and 2 bullpen days, what would you have said? Because we're in this right now, and they're not bringing in anybody else. Never mind the fact you need 3 bats. That's a whole nother topic. You might want to get rid of a prospect now.
Yeah.
You might want to get to the head of the queue
get ahead of
now at the grocery store before everyone else needs to shop.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. Like yesterday was Memorial Day in the States, and this way even David Sampson told Blair and Barker, can't stop. You got to stop saying it's early now. Like you're in it.
Yeah, you
can't let it slip
You
away.
and I do not say it's early.
Yeah, no.
We've never said it's early.
And again, just lying on these guys are coming back. Again, I don't know if Barger's going to be 100% at all this year.
I mean, it's definitely in question. Moose in the chat should have signed Lucas Giolito for $3 million with Corbin. Giolito was snapped up by the Padres, had a pretty good start the other night. Yeah, that would have helped too.
Yeah,
would have helped too.
Remember spring training when we said, "Man, what are they going to do with all these starters?"
All these starters,
eight starters.
Azo, we're 3 injuries away from you getting called out.
I might.
Azo can get loose.
I could still sling it.
Azo can get very loose.
Yeah.
Santander is on the way, guys. Hey, it's Cliffy. We have an update on Santander coming up a little later.
One more thing on Penango, though. So last week we got into this fight and everyone got mad at me because I said, you know, when Kirky comes back, you send Valenzuela down just so he can play every day, right?
Right. And he has options, Valenzuela, obviously.
But it's the same thing with Penango. If you want to see, he's their hottest hitter. He's hitting third and fourth for them every night. When you put a guy like that in the lineup, he's going to make mistakes.
Right.
And you got to deal with it. Same thing with Valenzuela. If you guys don't want to see Valenzuela go down, play more to work out all these kinks because they're just figuring out the pros. But and to both their credits, they seem to learn fast, especially Valenzuela. He makes one mistake and he doesn't seem to make it again. That bunting thing was incredible. All of a sudden, he's a great bunter after trying once and failing. But from other things too. But if you want to have, they're their hottest hitters. Sanchez is a mess in the outfield too. But he's again the guy who's performing the most. Besides Ernie, and Ernie you have to leave at the bottom of the lineup. And again, Ernie slugged. This is like his second best slug year ever in his career.
I don't want to see Tyler Heineman anymore when Kirk comes back. Sorry, this is not a daycare. I don't want to see it.
No, and they're going to be in a spot where they have to win. So now I'm starting to flip because now you can't mess around. Correct. They talked about it. Like now you got to win. Leave your best guys up here, whoever they are. Whoever you have to lose, you have to lose. Yep. Like I'm pretty convinced when everyone's back, Sosa gets DFA'd. After you made a deal with him. After you made him. The only reason he stayed up yesterday, he didn't get DFA'd instead of Stein, because with Vladdy down, they don't have another first baseman unless they move Okamoto back, which moves Ernie, which moves it's a mess.
Before we move on, Azzo, can you go full screen and show your shirt? George in the chat. Azzo, your shirt is legendary. I'm going to describe the shirt. It is a 4 Horsemen shirt that Jeff Azzopardi is wearing. For those not familiar, the 4 Horsemen are a legendary faction. One of, dare I say, other than the NWO, the greatest faction in the history of professional wrestling.
I'm with you 100%. Well,
some people, some people would put the 4 Horsemen above all of them.
A&E just did
all of them.
If you go on demand, A&E did a documentary, or what do they do? The biography on 4 Horsemen. It's pretty good.
Now, there were iterations of the 4 Horsemen.
The core 4. What? Oh,
I'm talking about the core 4. Yeah, Martyr.
Should have made a shirt like this with all their faces on it.
With a line. It's not junior hockey, bro.
And people also like, oh, so you just have a Diamondbacks hat laying around? I guess referencing when I wore the Yankees hat.
Yeah.
I go to some games in Arizona. Got family out there. Shout out my aunt, my cousin out there.
It's out there a lot. It's a dry heat in Arizona.
Have you ever been out there?
Never.
It's beautiful.
Never.
Spring trainings Arizona is one of the best things you can
do. They banned me from the state.
I can't imagine.
There are a shocking amount of people. We're going to talk soccer here in 2 seconds. There are a shocking amount of people in this chat who are like, DX is the greatest faction of all time. You guys are ridiculous.
No.
There's no way DX.
It's up there.
It's up there. It's not better than the NWO or the 4 Horsemen.
4 Horsemen are legendary.
It's not.
And didn't matter who they brought in the 4 Horsemen. They were great.
Like
Ric
DX,
Flair.
like there were bad factions. Like Evolution sucked. Did you like Evolution?
It started off well. It fell off.
Evolution was.
They all became stars, though.
That was not strong.
Yeah.
But the 4 Horsemen you can put up there with Blanchard, Flair, and the Andersons against. And now there are some legendary like Japanese wrestling factions that I'm not really aware of.
Bullet Club's number one.
So like what was
that shirt?
What was the Bullet Club? Like what was that?
So it was a rotation of guys. Like they came through.
That was Kenny. That was like Kenny Omega, right?
Kenny Omega. So like JJ Styles was in it. Cody was in it at one point.
Sorry, AJ Styles.
Yeah. What did I say?
JJ.
Oh, sorry, AJ Styles. Yeah. They all led it at one point, and it was just a continuation of guys.
But was it like
NWO, but to like it basically set off because of NWO.
But was it like
they
bigger?
used to do the hand signal?
Was it bigger than the NWO?
Yeah, because it lasted forever. But they wouldn't add guys. Like some guy would get kicked out, and they bring somebody in. There was a turnover of it where it just
they'd have a new bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
But did it ever get as physical? Remember,
but then it was always led by somebody else, and it had its own faction, like under the Bullet Club.
But the NWO at one point had like 30 people in it. Oh, did it ever get that big?
It had more. No.
The Bullet Club ever get that big?
They always like kind of limited it. Yeah. Because there was more people in NWO than who was in WCW at one point. And then they fractured off to the Wolfpack, which was a mess too.
It got weird. It was like then the Blue Meanie was an NWO. Yeah. It's like why do I need this?
The hobo in the chat, Finn Balor was the original leader of the Bullet Club.
Unc Ryan in the chat too. The Shield was a pretty good faction. I'll put the Shield right up there.
Nation of Domination. There's a bunch of them, man.
Nation of Domination was pretty good.
It was good. See, their beef with DX was one of the best.
We are the nation of domination. It was a great
dude, the Rock
one of those unique ones. I love it.
The Rock start with them.
They gave the Rock a nice little push.
Yeah, dude.
Nice little push. When he turned heel the first night on Raw, I'll never forget it. I'm like, this is kind of amazing. I'm like, this is something this guy can do very, very well. Okay.
Shield is another one.
I just said Shield.
Oh,
yep.
did you? Sorry,
yeah,
I missed.
Fine.
Sorry.
There's another faction called the Deaf. All right, so let's move on here. Azzo, let me tee this up.
Yeah, no, you do your thing.
All right. Kind of a big day for Canada soccer yesterday. World Cup begins for Canada June 12th here in Toronto against Bosnia. So yesterday they began their camp in Charlotte, North Carolina before they come to Canada for a game next Monday in Edmonton. And now, we're getting close. We're getting close. And two things happened yesterday that were kind of big. The first thing that happened was we basically found out Alphonso Davies is not going to play for Canada, it looks like, on June the 12th. He's their captain. Most talented Canadian men's soccer player ever. Kind of a big deal. The other thing we found out yesterday is Jesse Marsch is going to stick around here past this World Cup, and he will coach Canada through the 2030 World Cup cycle. We'll get to that in a second. Wasn't expecting that piece of news. We'll dive into it. But the first thing I want to get to here is Marsch and his press conference yesterday in Charlotte. Now, some of you are asking, okay, Canada's getting ready for a World Cup. What the hell are they doing in Charlotte, North Carolina? Good question. According to Jesse Marsch, and many coaches know this to be true, this is probably going to be one of the most humid World Cups in recorded history. So Jesse Marsch, his explanation yesterday was he wanted to be in a humid-ish environment because it can affect Canadian players who aren't necessarily used to that type of temperature once they get into game mode. And quite frankly, Jesse Marsch has seen his guys at a Gold Cup in Houston and Vegas, humidity, real humidity. And he hasn't always liked what he's seen, to be fair to Jesse. So there's a part of me that understands why they would be in Charlotte, North Carolina. I think right now, considering your first game's in Toronto and your next two games are in a controlled environment in Vancouver, I wouldn't worry about the humidity so much right now. I'd worry about getting out of the group. That would be my strategy. And quite frankly, I think that camp should be in Canada. I think it's weird it's not in Canada. I hear what he's saying. Your first three games are in Canada. Be home for it. And by the way, Panama and Canada are the only nations with camps in Canada during that World Cup. I remember World Cup 94. Germany were here in Ontario getting ready for that. Jurgen Klinsmann, Rudi Völler, all those guys. They were here at a Muskoka resort, I think it was. It was crazy. We were opening doors left and right. Brazil played a friendly here. I think it was at Commonwealth before the 94 World Cup. I mean, we're at the point now our national team won't even get ready here, which I find weird. But whatever. They're coming up to Edmonton by Sunday. It's all good. Let's get to the real issue. And it's Alphonso Davies. For those that haven't been following the story with Alphonso Davies, he's 25 and he can't stay healthy. The last time he played 90 minutes of a soccer game for Bayern Munich was January the 31st. Since that moment, and this is after tearing knee ligaments in March of last year with Canada. He hasn't played for Canada since. But it's been muscle issues with Davies. It's been fits and starts. It hasn't been consistent. And it all kind of came to a head on May the 6th in the second leg of a Champions League semifinal against Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I have heard a lot of people say that Bayern Munich have not handled Davies and this injury well at all. In fact, last night, I ran into an old friend, Donovan Bennett. And Donovan and I basically got into a screaming match about this topic in a Greek restaurant. Azzo wasn't invited.
Again.
But the last thing Donovan said to me was, "You better talk about this on your show tomorrow." I said, "I will." He goes, "You better not misrepresent me." I'm like, "Oh, I will." This mic gives me rights. Donovan's take was Bayern Munich completely mishandled Alphonso Davies' injury. My take was Do you know what the biggest game of the year was for Bayern Munich? That second leg against PSG. Winner goes to the Champions League final, which is this weekend in Budapest. Bayern clinched their league in Germany by the end of November. It was a walk. They were that good. It was all about the Champions League. They were down a goal on aggregate. Last 20 minutes at home against Paris Saint-Germain. Do you know the player that Bayern threw out there down a goal? It was Alphonso Davies. So a few things are going on there. One, Bayern Munich have cleared Alphonso Davies and feel comfortable in his physical health. Because down a goal against PSG, you know what they're not doing? Throwing on an injured guy. That I can guarantee you. That's not how they operate. That is not some charity in Munich. They are merciless. So they have cleared Davies. And on top of that, Davies probably said to someone, I'm good to go. So Alphonso Davies on May the 6th is subbed on with 20 minutes to go. And he's actually looking pretty good. Bayern did not get the goal they needed. They got eliminated. It was the best soccer game over two legs you're going to see. But Davies got hurt at the end of the game. Hamstring injury. We still don't know to what degree. If it's a grade 3, they're really playing with fire trying to even get him into this tournament. They haven't told us yet. But a lot of Canadian soccer fans are freaked out that Bayern Munich have kind of handled him in this way. I would completely disagree with that notion. Bayern Munich are not throwing out a guy with 20 minutes to go down a goal in the second leg of a Champions League if they think he's hurt. They're not that charitable. They're not just going to take someone at their word. They believe he's healthy because their doctors and their staff, which is 5 times the size of our Canadian national team, believe he's okay. So I would push back hard on that. Now, it also led me to believe, and you heard a lot of reports out of Germany over the last week and a half to 2 weeks, Bayern Munich, let's just say, are working in partnership with Canada Soccer about Davies' health, as they should. Because there's still some mistrust from last March when this country played Alphonso Davies in a third-place game, and he went back to Germany with one knee. That caused a problem. Got news for you. And a lot of people who just watch 2 soccer games a year on Twitter are like, Bayern have no rights. We're going to do something right now. We're going to scrum surf a little bit on Jesse Marsch yesterday, talking to the media, mainly Josh Cloak and Matthew Shinetti, and there's some other media in the room. I couldn't tell who it was. But this is Jesse Marsch, the head coach of our national men's soccer team, getting ready for a World Cup, talk about the relationship between Bayern Munich, Canada Soccer, and Alphonso Davies. At the end of this clip, Jesse Marsch will basically confirm, don't expect to see Davies on June the 12th for the World Cup opener. Massive news. I think it's for the best. But as we go along here, listen to his tone, listen to how he talks about the relationship, and understand that he understands, especially as a guy who now signed through to 2030, if Canada don't have a relationship with Bayern Munich, we're dead. And we cannot just dismiss them out of hand. If they're going to release Davies, and they could fake an injury and screw everybody, but they haven't. If they don't want him released, it won't happen. We got to play nice with Bayern Munich. So for all you tough guys on Twitter and tough girls on Twitter who don't think Bayern have any rights and have completely screwed this up, listen to this. Azo, do you want to scrum surf a bit of this?
Of course.
Let's scrum surf a bit of this. Because this was one of the most important press conferences I've heard in a long time from Canada Soccer. So this is Jesse Marsch, and they start to talk about Davies, the injury, and Bayern Munich.
Are you expecting Alphonso Davies to be here in Charlotte? And if not, when are you expecting him to join up with the group?
Alphonso will be here on the 31st in Edmonton. So we spoke with Bayern and thought that the best thing for him was to continue his initial recovery treatment until the 28th. Then we're giving him a few days to, get away, and then he'll be joining us the 31st, and we'll pick up his rehab from there, and try to put him in a position to physically succeed and to be part of our team. So we're excited because we haven't seen him in a while. So I've visited him a few times, but I think for the team it'll be a real boost to have him back in the group, and we'll be pushing to get him fit and strong and healthy so he can contribute to our match.
The line there from Jesse Marsch. I've visited him a few times. Remember after Davies got hurt March of 2025, Davies' agent blasted the hell out of Jesse Marsch and the coaching staff. Okay? Canada Soccer can under the rug this all they want. Everyone's walking on eggshells here with each other because the World Cup is that important. But there have been some hard feelings here from Bayern and from Davies aimed at our National Soccer Federation. Keep that in mind.
How would you describe how you and Bayern have had to manage that situation? There have been several reports that have come out of Germany over the last few weeks with suggestions inside Bayern's camp that they should have all of the say and agency about when he plays and if he should play at a World Cup.
Look, Bayern's a big club, and so in Germany, if someone sneezes in their training ground, then it shows up in the Bild Zeitung. But the benefit that we've had is that Christoph Freund and by the way, Freund means friend in German, and Christoph is a friend of mine, and we worked together for 2 years in Salzburg, and so he and I have had really good discussions over the last 2 years about Alphonso. And in the end, what we both want is for Alphonso to be strong and healthy and be available for the biggest matches for both Bayern and for us.
Mark in the chat, sounds like they're both trying to avoid any blame. I don't disagree. There's a line he just said there that I want to highlight quickly, Azo. Whenever you hear someone said, well, what we both want is... Right. That means someone's calling the shots. And it's not that joint. Now, he's true in what he says. What both Bayern and what Canada want is a healthy Davies.
Of course.
But the question was, are Bayern calling the shots? And he has not answered this, and he will not answer it for the rest of it.
If you're the guy saying what we both want, you're right.
What we both want is code for, I have my orders. Because we need a good relationship with Bayern Munich into the next World Cup cycle.
Yeah.
Jesse Marsch knows he cannot qualify for 2030, and Canada can, but he cannot completely do that without Davies.
Since he knows he's locked up.
There's a lot of people in this chat, Azo, who believe, screw Bayern, he's our player. You are not.
If he wants to play, he's going to play.
That is not an intelligent take. Go ahead, Azo.
Unfortunately, over the last year plus, it hasn't gone that way, but we're all working together, to try to help that situation improve, and for most importantly for Alphonso. And I think Alphonso has trust in both sides of the pond right now, and obviously he has frustration, but we all want to set him up to succeed. And the last thing I'll say about Alphonso is he's really excited. He's really excited to get back with the team. He's really excited to push in this world.
I have not heard a manager from another country have to tell the media, my captain's excited to join us for the World Cup. But that goes back to the awkwardness of last March.
Yeah.
That one kind of bothers me a little bit, that even has to be said. Why does it have to be said? There's been some awkwardness here. There's been some awkwardness. Because I guarantee you, Thomas Tuchel's not saying that about Harry Kane. He's not.
It's true.
Go on.
Get himself ready. So, I'm even the one who said to him, take a few days after your treatment and before you come with us to clear your head, to make sure that emotionally and psychologically you are recharged, because when we get him here, it's going to be full steam ahead. So I think that the plan we've created will be a good one for him and for us.
Jesse, we won't ask you a lot about the rest of the roster, but is there something specific that you are going to be looking for with Alphonso to be ready?
No, I mean, what do you mean? Like
just
fitness wise?
Yeah, is there going to be something that's
well, look, we're going to have to be monitoring his progress on a daily basis. Bayern has put him through certain treatment protocols that they can do in Germany that they can't do in North America. So that's one of the reasons why he stayed in Germany, because we think they have some advanced.
Like I said, Bayern Munich have good facilities. So if you want Davies to maybe play in a World Cup game by the end of the group stage, might not be a bad idea to have him stay in the place with better facilities.
So did Austin go to Bayern?
Went to Germany.
Maybe.
Well, if he went to Bayern, not good news for Davies because that didn't work for him.
In terms of the treatments that he can get. So we think that that's been good. They also are very supportive and they want to see him play in the World Cup. I think that they understand that supporting their players for both club and country is important. We are going to have to take all the information of what they've been doing, make sure there's good communication between our medical departments, which we've been working really hard at, and then make sure that we're all on the same page.
We've been working really hard at communication between our medical team and their medical team.
On their being supportive.
Yep. That one stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Their medical team and what they're trying to do, and we're all just trying to work together. Yeah. So in the end, we're going to have to, I think, just put a process in place for him that doesn't put him further at risk and make sure that even in his return to play, when we're talking about minutes, and we're even evaluating, like, do we put together some test matches after Bosnia, after Qatar, after Switzerland, so that Alphonso can get exactly what he needs, along with our other players, right?
Maybe I'm missing something. I have never in my life during a tournament heard of a team playing exhibition matches during the tournament.
I've never heard
I've never, unless someone in the chat has a story that I've missed.
To ramp him up, I guess?
Jesse Marsch essentially suggested that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Because here's the fear. Something's going on behind the scenes here. I think I know what it is. Something's going on behind the scenes with Alphonso Davies, where Canada Soccer are now getting to the point where they are terrified of just throwing him out there. Because then they are liable. Yeah. And again, no one wants the visual of Davies laid out in front of 1 billion people on television.
Or out there for 10 minutes and limping.
Nobody wants that for him, for Canada, for the Federation, for nothing. But that line, we don't want to put him at further risk. That's coming from Munich. And even the suggestion of exhibition games of any level during a tournament, I've never heard of anything.
That's
like that.
insane.
I'm not saying it's the wrong move, but that's a new one for me.
So you think it's them saying, don't send him back to us like you did last time?
Azo?
Right? Kind of.
There's truth in them there hills.
There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to try to put all our players in position to succeed in this week coming up before we name the full squad, and then throughout the tournament, so that we can achieve our goals of making a deep run and setting up our best players to be as strong and healthy and ready as possible.
Do you think he'll play in the World Cup?
Yes, I think Alphonso will play in the World Cup.
Do you think it'll be on June 12th?
No, I don't think he'll be ready quite on June 12th, but we'll see.
There it is.
Answered.
I got to be honest with you. It's the intelligent move. He suffered a pretty significant hamstring injury. They have not told us all of it. Okay, they have not. Never mind the other stuff that's kept him from playing 90 minutes in Germany since January 31st. You think he's going to step? He couldn't last 20 minutes against Paris Saint-Germain. You think he's going to step out there and go toe to toe against a right back for Bosnia, Dedic, who played at Benfica this year? You think he's going to be able to hang? Like that's a big ask, man.
On some of not the best surfaces in the world, and there's a lot of different factors.
That was a wild admission from Jesse Marsch yesterday, but I think it's the proper, honest one.
Any concern? He says, "I think he'll play in the World Cup." It sounds confident.
Can you go back and play that part again? Can you go back like 10 seconds? He said, "I think," or he said he will.
No, I said, "I think."
I think you're right.
In a disciplined way, we're going to make sure that we're ready for whatever challenges come our way, and we're really excited about that. We're really excited about our group.
Oh wait, not enough. Hang on. Wait, is that the right? No, sorry, I played the wrong clip.
Go to the next one.
Sorry.
Go back.
Are you expecting Alphonso Davies to be here in Charlotte? And if not, when are you expecting him to join up with the group?
Alphonso will be here.
Yep.
Stupid thing. Hang on.
Go right to there. That's fine.
We can achieve our goals of making a deep run and setting up our best players to be as strong and healthy and ready as possible.
Do you think he'll play in the World Cup?
Yes, I think Alphonso will play in the World Cup.
Do you think it'll be on June 12th?
No, I don't think he'll be ready quite on June 12th, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think is not a guarantee.
No. That stood out to me, is that he said, I think.
Coach Jude in the chat, then don't bring him.
You kind of need to, though.
No, but hold on. Not
for the first game, but for the whole World Cup?
Let's sit here for a while. If he's not healthy, he's not healthy, guys. He's not.
Yeah.
This is the same. Our Canadian Olympic teams just did this, men and women. Entitlement killed us.
It's true.
Killed us. It didn't matter if you were hurt and can help the team. It's what your reputation was, and it's whether or not Hockey Canada had any balls to make a right decision. And they didn't. I'm really afraid the same thing is happening here.
History proves.
We're hosting the World Cup. Davies is a phenomenal player, but what are we doing with this kid? If he's not able to play, my dream is to beat Bosnia the first game, and you have to worry about this
Without
for a while.
him, yeah.
Beat him without him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that. I think they can get a point. Bosnia's got some players. Man,
they're the ones who knocked out Italy, right?
I didn't see that game.
No,
I didn't see
miss that.
I didn't see that game.
Anyway,
all right. So,
yeah, that's
okay. So I heard that from Jesse Marsch about Alphonso Davies yesterday, with Canada's first game fast approaching June the 12th, and I'm still asking myself, okay, but what if Davies tells them I'm 80%? What if Davies tells them I'm 85%, 90%? Like, what's the number? Like, what is the threshold for both Bayern and Canada? And more importantly, Davies, your career, no hyperbole, might be on the line here. You're 25, okay? Like, they're just things to think about. So, like, what percentage is the number? Is something I haven't been able to shake for a while.
I've been plagued by this your entire career.
Right.
Right? Like, he's never reached his full potential yet, has he?
Well, I mean, he's come close. Like, he has won a Champions League.
I mean, steadily.
No, steadily, it hasn't been
like
consistent
for himself,
at all.
playing on the
No.
field, staying healthy.
No.
Like, we've never really seen that consistently.
So what is the number? And I didn't get a number hearing that press conference, and I wasn't expecting it. However, in a clip that circulated yesterday, and I'll give credit to the Parking the Bus podcast with Luke Wildman, Stephen Caldwell, and Kevin Kilban. They got to interview Marsch after that press conference. And Marsch started to go down the road in terms of specifics on Davies and what they're looking for. And he says something at the end of this clip that finally answers my question a bit on what the threshold is for Davies. What's Canada Soccer comfortable with, and potentially what's Bayern Munich comfortable with? And I heard this clip, and I said to myself after, I don't think the kid's playing at all. This clip was more revealing than anything I heard in that press conference, and Jesse Marsch is very good on a mic.
Yeah.
But I'll credit the guys on Parking the Bus. This, to me, is the most concerning thing I have heard about Davies in months. Listen to this.
Alphonso's desperate to play in this World Cup. He's excited to be back with the team. It's been too long that he's been away. He's our captain. He's our best player. He's the guy that everyone looks to and believes in terms of what we can be with him on the pitch. But the last thing we want is to put him in another situation where he's got another setback and another setback. So we're going to be cautious, but we're going to also put him in position to succeed and get him ready to go. And in the end, like I said, for every player, like, of course, Alphonso, the level that he can play at and the level that he does play at on a weekly basis is really high. And we know that when we have a fit and strong Alphonso, that we're a better team with him. But we can't put any players on the pitch that are 85, 90%. We've got to make sure that every player that we put on the pitch at any time in this tournament is at 100% and is able to give us every ounce of energy and focus and concentration that's needed for us to be successful. And Alphonso's no different that way.
Whoa. Oh. Okay. Okay. Can you turn it? There's a pod up somewhere. Can you turn it down? I'm hearing something. Yeah. Everything's down by you. All right. No problem. Close all the windows that you got open, please. I'm serious. I'm hearing something. There you go. Thank you. Back to the clip. Jesse Marsch said that he's not putting a player on the field at 85 or 90%. They're either 100% or they're not playing. Alphonso Davies has already gotten to the point, as we learned yesterday, where he's probably not playing June the 12th. The World Cup isn't that long. This kid has had no success staying on the field consistently. What are the odds he's at 100% by the Qatar game in Vancouver? What are the odds he's at 100% for the Switzerland game, which is like the biggest home playoff game or home soccer game in the history of Canada men's soccer? It's history in terms of what it could mean. And sorry, that quote shook me to my core. I don't think we're seeing Davies. I do not think we're seeing Alphonso Davies in this tournament. And if it plays out that way, guess what? What the hell are we going to do about it? He's not healthy. He's a 25-year-old kid with a very bright future, hopefully, ahead of him. Would it be crushing? Would it be demoralizing? Yes. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Especially when his face is everywhere in terms of the ad campaigns going into this tournament. I got news for you. Canada Soccer might know that, but they can't say it. Even if they know that right now, with Bayern's help, Canada Soccer can't completely rule him out of the tournament right now. How many commercials have been cut with Davies? A lot more with Jonathan David, I'm noticing. There's a lot more commercials with Jonathan David, who needs a big tournament too. But if that is the mantra internally with Jesse Marsch and Canada Soccer, I have my doubts on whether or not 19 will be wearing a Canadian jersey during this tournament. And mentally, I've been there since like March. I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to be that shocked. And my heart breaks for the kid. Hell of a moment. But what are you going to do? Because jeopardizing him jeopardizes a lot going forward, not just his career, but Canada's relationship with Bayern Munich going into the next World Cup cycle that will be managed by Jesse Marsch. They got to be smart with this. And 85 to 90% not being good enough is a pretty high bar for health when you look at Davies' history. That's a very high bar. We shall see. We have a couple more things here, Azo.
Especially with a hamstring and a groin. That's what a lot of people are talking about. Hamstrings, how do you know if they're 100%? You can't, or even 95. Give me hope. 95%. Let's go.
90.
Because you said 85 or 90. So 95% was good.
95% might be good enough. I have a feeling. Okay, so that was like the first big news with Canada Soccer yesterday.
Wow.
So that press conference happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, and hours later, Canada Soccer's like, we've re-signed Jesse Marsch. He's back for the next World Cup.
Were you expecting that at all?
Whoa! No, I wasn't expecting that. They barely got him signed previously. They had to get money from all the MLS teams to do it. And they had to kind of do the same thing this time. I think MLSE actually stepped out of this contract negotiation. It was Vancouver, it was the Saputo family, and it was some other families. But Canada Soccer yesterday announced Jesse Marsch, even if he goes 0-3 in the group stage, which could happen. Guess what? Canada's never won a match at the World Cup. They've never drawn a match at the World Cup. I don't think it'll be like that. But I've never seen a manager go into a tournament weeks ahead of time and sign a contract. Actually, check that. Carlo Ancelotti, the Italian manager in Brazil, they just signed him for the next World Cup too. He hasn't managed a game yet. Knowing Brazil, they might fire him after the group stage too. But for Marsch, that's wild. And I saw some people online saying, well, I don't like that. I think it's kind of ridiculous. You know what? I disagree. Because this tournament is its own animal as a host nation. It's a very unique thing. I think Canada Soccer, we're getting a little worried about finding someone as good as Jesse for the qualifying in 2030, if I'm being honest. And I'll say this, it also speaks to the relationship between Davies and Marsch, because if it wasn't good, I don't know if they lock him up like this. So I don't mind Jesse Marsch being signed long-term. The other thing I worry about when I see stories like this, because we lived in the John Herdman era where something leaked every 3 weeks about him getting a new contract somewhere, magically. I wonder if there was other interest on Jesse Marsch. Because this is the time of year, especially in England and places that he knows a little bit, in Germany, they're looking for people. Second division, first division, they're looking for people. And Jesse Marsch is a connected guy. Very connected. So I was shocked to see it, but I don't hate it. Even if Canada go 0-3, I don't hate it. Because Jesse Marsch, for a couple of reasons, one, I think should stay here. First reason, like I said, if you're looking for someone to go into like a CP24 morning show or something like that, he's an incredible communicator. Makes it a bit about himself a little. I've gotten used to it. But the second thing is, like, he's doing things that we still need in this country because our soccer infrastructure is still so behind everyone else. Like, he goes to different communities. He's talking to the coaches. He's trying to get like one strategy on how we develop kids. And on top of that, I do believe he's a pretty good motivator. Like, you don't get to the Copa America semis by accident. It's not like Canada were spectacular, but they got there. And yesterday, when talking about all the injuries that they're dealing with, I thought this clip kind of summed it up as to why Marsch should stay. There's an energy with him. There really is. And if Canada's going to build and move forward, which is the key, I think you need someone like this. So this was Jesse Marsch talking about all the injuries that they've dealt with and how he's trying to stay as positive as he can. Listen to this.
Some kind of ceremony when we sit down together tomorrow, and we're going to remove all the negative mojo, and then we're going to move forward positively. And we're not going to make any excuses. We're not going to complain about anything. We're going to be all positive and making sure that everything we do is about a relentless desire to achieve our goals. And we're not letting anything get away. And by the way, I said from the beginning that one of the main goals of what needed to be accomplished over the last 2 years when I got the job was we needed to develop a more broad player pool. We needed to have more players that we established at the international level, and we've absolutely done that. And of course, you could look at it glass half full, glass half empty. The half empty is we've had a lot of injuries. Glass half full is they're all coming back, and they're all trending in real positive ways, and we're going to have a really good squad, the best squad Canada's ever had. Last tournament, we averaged 27 years for the squad. Right now, we're at about 25. We're going to be younger. We're going to be more dynamic. We're going to have more players playing at a higher level. We're going to be, athletic and strong, and we have a clear identity. And, we're going to be at home. There's no reason why we can't have high expectations for ourselves. So calmly, effectively, in a disciplined way, we're going to make sure that we're ready for whatever challenges come our way. And we're really excited about that. We're really excited about our group.
I think that's the type of leadership voice you need to have around, personally. Now, again, Canada goes 0-3, hypothetically, boy, the knives will be out. I get it. People who don't watch soccer are ever going to be like, you guys suck, and they move on to the Jays. I know how this is going to go potentially. I don't think they're going to lose 3 games, but let's play that out. I still think he's done enough to earn a lot of trust with Kevin Blue and people running Canada Soccer. And I'm here for that move. It was unorthodox, as I wasn't expecting that this close to the tournament. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like some teams were sniffing.
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
That totally makes sense when you say that.
I
think a lot of people just thought that would have come after the tournament, not before. But to your point, this guy's always preached about developing a better league within Canada.
Yeah.
Getting kids who have the choice to choose Canada as their national team rather than whatever their other choice is.
I agree.
Like, he's been strong on that forever. And he has helped he has brought more players into this program. So you're right. Why not lock him up?
But at the end of the day, like with the injuries and whatnot, you can only do so much.
Crazy.
And I think there's one thing, Azo, that has to happen. I think Canada Soccer needs to bring down to Charlotte, North Carolina, Danhausen. the way ESPN brought in Danhausen before the Knicks Cavs Eastern Conference Final, where he put a curse on the Cavs and the Cavs got swept. I think this is what Canada Soccer needs.
I have a special mission I've been sent on, and it is for the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight to let them know that they are cursed.
Oh, man.
Why?
Because we're here. We're New York City, the world's greatest city in all of the world.
Okay.
So we have to curse their enemies.
Oh my goodness.
Curse their enemies. The Knicks swept that series. The Knicks had a point differential throughout the entire postseason of 262. That's the greatest 11-game point differential in the history of the NBA, playoffs or regular season.
Crazy.
And the 2 games the Knicks lost in the postseason to Atlanta, 1 point each.
Wow.
1 point each. Danhausen of WWE cursed the hell out of the Cavs. Canada Soccer, make it happen. Danhausen goes down to training camp and curses all of Canada Soccer's enemies, which for a week and a half to 2 weeks will be Bosnia, Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland.
Bring him to Edmonton too.
Just bring him, get him to know the guys.
Yeah.
Bring him to Edmonton, then bring him to Montreal for the Ireland
But
game.
George makes a great point. He says, "Did you say Charlotte, North Carolina? Woo! First, get Ric Flair in there and give him a little pep talk."
I like it.
Oh man.
Oh, Jeff in the chat, Canhausen. Very good. Very good chat contribution. Canhausen.
That would be pretty good.
Very good. All right, one last. You want to do Scotty Barnes in the snub before we go?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's do that. So the 3 All-NBA teams were announced a couple of days ago. Scotty Barnes did not make the third team. Some people thought he might. Jalen Johnson did. Azo's mad about it. Why are you mad about it, Azo?
Because there's no way he should have been second team. He had to be first team. He was in the top 5, like metrics of every defensive stat. How do you not put him in? People just don't know how to vote or what? Like, come on.
Sorry, Scotty Barnes didn't make any of the 3 teams, correct?
I thought didn't he make hang on a second.
Well, I thought there was a sub. Or a snub, pardon me. Let's check this out.
Should have been first team for sure.
Scotty Barnes, all NBA injustice, maybe all because of undervalued skill. Always been a good playmaker. I thought he missed it completely.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he was out. Okay, now I'm even more upset. Like, he should have been first team for me. Never mind missing the entire thing.
Either I'm losing my mind here, or I thought Scotty Barnes completely missed out. Let's take a look here. He did. /Hogger in the chat. Yeah, He completely missed out.
Oh.
So you're even more mad.
Yeah, I thought he should have been first team for sure because he's in the top 5 metrics.
First team All NBA Scotty Barnes.
No, defensive team. Sorry, I'm talking about defensive team.
Defensive team.
I'm talking about.
We're talking about 2 different defensive teams.
Sorry.
You're talking about all team defense.
Yeah,
I'm talking about All NBA.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, I'm talking about all defense.
Yes, that I'll agree with you.
Yes. Should have been all team defense. Sorry.
Yeah, there's different all NBAs.
There's obviously no way he doesn't make all defensive team, the first all defensive team in the NBA.
That I'll give you. He's not all NBA.
No, not all NBA. Sorry, yeah, my confusion.
God bless him, but Jalen Johnson had a better year. Like and Jalen Johnson made third team. Okay, so but what's good for Scotty Barnes in this situation is there's something to shoot for. There's something to shoot for.
I guess.
Okay. That's all you got? I guess.
No, it was the defensive stuff that really stuck me out because that's where he shines the most. And to not credit this kid for what he did this year on the defensive end was ridiculous to me. I don't know how anybody leaves him.
But he got second team all defensive end.
Yeah, but he should have been first team. That's a big different deal, I think.
All right. I'm listen. He was near the lead leaguer in stocks, which is steals and blocks combined.
Right.
Like it's definitely an argument you can make for Scotty Barnes. But there were people really mad he wasn't all NBA.
No.
Like, period.
I know.
I'm like, whoa.
I don't think he's there yet. You're right.
Whoa.
That he has something to shoot for.
Yes.
That he has something to shoot for. But I think he has stepped up. His defense has always been great. And that's where he leads the charge the most with the Raptors.
Right.
I just think his metrics this year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like he's top 10, top 5 in almost every single defensive metric there is. Like, how could he not make all defense?
Who did make first team all defense other than the obvious Wemby?
Wemby, Holmgren, Thompson, Rudy Gobert, and Derek White. He's better than Derek White. Come on.
Derek White. And the thing is, too, you can put him in a lot of different,
positions. That's what across the board. That's what I'm saying.
Asar Thompson, I don't know. He had a better year than Thompson.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, to me, that was the biggest snub he settled. I love Scotty on defense, and that's where he really is a presence. I thought he got screwed, and there are metrics to back it up like crazy.
Gobert, Wembanyama.
Yeah, they're staples there.
But Derek White's also like a steal, like a block merchant for a guard. Like, he's one of the best blockers for a guard I've ever seen.
But across the board, you're talking about all defense and all the different things he can do.
Yeah.
I just think Scotty kills it on that end.
Okay.
I thought he got snubbed there.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
There's a next level for you, Scotty, in terms of all NBA team defense.
But for sure, I know what you're saying too. A lot of people here always put him in that category of all NBA. Period. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's there yet. I think he took a big step in the postseason, getting there. It's like Vladdy.
Michael in the chat. Derek White. Derek White's a stupidly good defensive player. He is. Look at his block numbers. It's crazy.
Yeah, across the board, Scotty's. Screw it. Damn.
All right.
I shut everything ahead because I had metrics on him defensively. Yeah, sorry. I was talking just about the defensive side.
That's fine.
Not all NBA.
We got there.
Jalen Brunson's so fun to watch. He should be everyone's favorite baller, no? Like, for a guy his size take over games, he's so good.
By the way, since you brought up the Knicks.
Can they beat any of the teams in the West?
No.
I think they have a better shot against San Antonio than they would against OKC.
I think they get drilled by both. I think I think this has been the worst Eastern Conference year I've ever seen in terms of title challengers.
I like their camaraderie. I hope they make it a series.
How the Raptors didn't beat Cleveland, I'll never know.
Yeah.
Injuries. That's part of the reason.
Especially because they're coached by Kenny Atkinson. Man, I hate that guy.
So right now, the Knicks technically would host games 3, 4, and 6 in the NBA Finals. Secondary ticket prices: $3,500 for Game 3, $3,500 for Game 4, $5,000 for Game 6. All three of those ticket prices right now are more than what the Super Bowl went for in terms of secondary ticket sales.
I read that. That's insane.
Madison Square Garden is going to be on fire. On fire. All right. Anything else, Azzo?
Did you see the story about Cleveland kicking some New York Knicks fans, including Fat Joe, out of private, the lower seats?
But they didn't kick everyone out of the lower seats.
No, it was weird. Only certain ones.
Timothy Chalamet kicked out of the lower seat.
No kidding.
Tracy Morgan kicked. Ben Stiller can't get kicked out.
Yeah, one more thing. Haley fans, Google or search Ivar Stenberg on X or one of your socials today. Apparently had a highlight goal in the World Championship.
Oh, here we go.
And then TSN, what does TSN do? They flash to Matt Sundin in the crowd.
Really?
Watching him.
Was Matt's happy? Did he look?
He look pleased? He was down writing stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did he look pleased?
You couldn't see his face. He wasn't smiling like he was at the draft lottery. But
Leaf fans are in for a big Gavin McKenna surprise with that first pick.
We'll see.
Very big Gavin McKenna surprise.
Yeah. Dude, he put a defender in a blender.
Sorry, who did they play?
Who did they play?
Tell me Norway. Tell me they played Norway and everyone's freaking out over a highlight about Norway.
No, it's not.
Where did they play?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it. I don't know. It doesn't say here. It's just a highlight. I'm trying to
play no one. All right.
Give me one.
All right. That's the cue. On behalf of Jeff Assaparty and everyone here at Sick Media.
No, now you're going to make me find it, no?
If you just yell it out whenever you get a second. In half an hour, he'll yell it out.
Yeah, never mind.
Of Jeff
they played Czechia.
Czechia. Oh, I'll take that. That's a real team.
There you go. Sorry.
You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media. Apologize. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're Southern Ontario, get out, enjoy this day. It's an amazing day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.